What's happening in my chat? Okay. Thank God. Hey, Ian. You're back. For a second. Turn this down slightly. Okay. There we go. Is the audio okay? Oh my goodness, Winzix. Have fun. Hey everyone. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 Hey guys. What? What? I don't know what I like better. And thank you, Disgusting, for the 3 months. And thank you, Zephys, for the 4 months. 4 months already, let's go. Thank you, thank you. I feel like I'm saying Zephys wrong, right? Zephys? You ever just pass the fuck out after school? Yes. And thank you, Pole Dancing Panda, for the 3 months. I love that name. Tampax. Okay, I am saying it right. Good. I'm not a Valorant pro. No. Do you stream any other games? I'm actually gonna be streaming It Takes Two with Tyson after. So we'll see. Yeah, there's some icons. And thank you, Sly Dog Toe for some. Yeah, they're little frogs. Sentinels are playing against this team. Sentinels, the Spike. I don't know the name. Is that bad? I just saw your video and watched it. Just watch another Q's video. Are you okay from the spice? Dude, it was so spicy. Rise? Okay. I was just about to look it up. Let's go, let's go! Pre-game sheesh. Good luck, Tyson. Sheesh!
Welcome back on and it
we
is
have
the
a
Valorant
caster. Oh.
Tour North America. It is stage 2, the open qualifier, the second one. Last chance
Thank
for
you,
a lot of teams to make
Domaru,
it
for the
in.
3 months.
And to start
Okay,
us
so
off in the
happy
round of
with
32
you.
here
So
on the main
happy
stream.
for you. Thank you. Oh my god, what the fuck's happening? And thank you,
glimmers
Tony,
of
for the
hope,
sub. And
especially
thank you,
when we
Leechy, for the 100
transition
bits.
usually from side number 1 to side
There we
number
go.
2.
And
But
thank you, Young Challenger,
again,
for
the
the sub.
adaptability game just came
Please
in
show us an
super
ice in
strong
your
for
veins
Noble
for good
through and
luck.
through.
Of course.
Yeah, I think the
Got it.
adaptability is really the name of the
So
game there.
stupid.
In terms of utility also, everything was just kind of working out in the way of Noble, so great job to them to kind of move on to the round of 16. But if we pivot towards our round of
And thank you,
16
Plum, for the
matches,
3
what I'm
months.
pretty
Thank you.
excited for is the Sentinels, kind of your reigning Masters champions here in North America, up against Rise, who's a team that's...
The level 4 wings hurt
I
super,
guess you could
super
say they're
bad.
on the rise.
It was actually so painful.
No, but I think it is really interesting to see what
That was
Rise
such
has
a
brought
bad
out.
joke.
Every single member of Rise has had a very interesting
And thank
history
you,
in Valorant alone.
Dickley,
This game
for the
hasn't been
sub.
around for too long, and
And thank
already
you,
a storied
Ofaki,
history
for
between
the
all
sub
of
as
them.
well.
I'm really curious to see if it's all going to culminate today with them beating out Sentinels and maybe having a better chance of going to Iceland.
Yeah, I mean, we did see BBG upset Sentinels
What is happening?
last time, so nothing is out of
thank you,
really
Ulks,
that
for the sub
realm
as well.
of
And
possibility.
thank you,
excuse me.
Aries.
But I think still they're definitely coming in as the underdog
200
here. But they have
bits.
had good
Hope
showings.
everyone's
They
feeling
beat
well.
out Spot Up
Thank you.
pretty handily in that round of
Thank you,
32.
Tina.
They beat out United
sub.
2-0. They beat out Trade Like Pros. There's some
Sentinels
big
is
names
playing
that they've taken down, but they
against-
also just like recently lost to Renegades, who's a team who I don't think. Well, they're kind of
Rise.
coming up a little bit here, being kind of thought about as a bigger contender these
And
days.
thank you,
I still think that Sentinels
Body,
definitely coming in with the advantage here against this
You're
roster.
5 for the
Sentinels
sub.
have
Oh
had
my
an
god, that was so
interesting time
aggressive.
too. Maybe we saw what
And thank you,
happened in a
Flakes,
few other
for the sub.
matchups between them, and usually they seem like an
Oh, my bestie
indestructible superpower
Shanks!
at times, right? But I feel like
Oh my
recently we've seen
God.
a little bit more vulnerability coming out
Bestie.
from them. It comes down to the map choices
sorry,
that
I'll
we
stop.
have, and, you know, to me, that's kind of a big
For
question
those-
mark. How is it
if
going to
you
go
know,
down?
you know.
Like you said,
Am
it
I
is
right?
still a bit of an underdog game in the side
And
of
thank you,
Rise,
Wenny,
but
for
I feel like
the
now more
sub,
than
and
ever,
thank you, Rivals,
this is
for
the
the sub
chance
as
for
well.
Rise to show up and show what they can do going up against the juggernaut in the NA scene.
Yeah, and I mean, you know the Sentinels roster. You probably watched them 100 times before.
If you
It's
know,
Shazam, Sick, Tens,
you know.
I'm sorry, Zoms and Dapper. Tens, of course, kind of coming in recently. I don't know if he's really even considered a sub anymore about how well he's kind of slotted into his team. They won
And thank
Masters together. They've done
you,
everything together
please help
practically
for the
in this
sub.
short amount of time, but you might not know
Maybe
Rise quite
stream was
as
so
much.
funny. Yeah, that
Calypso,
was pretty
Shanks, Poise, Neptune, Showtime. I mean, Max, these are all names that we've seen in previous tier 1
74
games.
viewers?
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
And whether, you know, they have
takes a
success
while
in
to
those previous
update.
tier 1
It's kind of
teams or
annoying.
not, what matters most now is that they've all come together now.
Now she
and
really
found
wants
this
Sentinels to
team
shit on
that has
them?
been able to synergize unbelievably
Yes,
well
of course.
in the VCT.
Hey,
I'm
Kays.
really wondering if they can, again, go up against
And
Sentinels
thank you,
here. And
Yeah.
it's going to
Pokes.
come down to the map choices. So we do have them in now. It's going to be map number 1, going to be
Squiddy-Winnle for the 3
Vine. Then
months.
we're going to be seeing Ascent.
It's called...
And I'm
it's
curious about map number
pronounced
3, the
Pokey
decider
Squid.
of all of it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pokey Squid.
Yeah, and I mean, if we pivot back to the roster for a second, I kind of want to talk about what we're gonna see as the head-to-head here, because talking about Shanks, he's kind of one of the newest additions to this roster, but they're all really new together. But he got dropped away from NRG, and now he's kind of coming in. He brings a really aggressive style of opping on that jet, finding that impact, not afraid to take those fights, and I think he can pairs pretty well to Tens. Kind of
Hey, how
often
tall are
playing
you?
that similar
I'm
role, being
5'9".
an aggressive jet opper, taking those frags, taking the fight straight
Yeah.
to you.
How many op-on-op fights do you think we're going to see between the two today?
I mean, I think there's going to be a lot, and I think
I hope so.
in some cases it's going to be kind of the decider of the rounds, because when you're going down kind of that 4v5 and you're also losing that expensive weapon early on, it's going to be huge. So whoever can be winning that op duel in a lot of ways is going to be super impactful for the team.
Yeah, and I think, again, Tens, Shanks are going to be going toe-to-toe against each other through a lot of
And
these
thank you,
maps
White
here.
Mamba,
But
for the sub.
we're going to have to wait and see how it goes down for map number 1 specifically, neither of which I would say has a distinct advantage going into here. Again, the map picks, like we mentioned.
Kyedae, what
map
are you
number 1
drinking?
actually going to be Ascend. I was a little incorrect
can't
in the
say what I'm
beginning there
drinking.
to be buying
I'm
these
sure you
ice box
guys
that are
know what I
banned
would be
out.
drinking,
So
but-
we have to go back to the maps that we typically
I'm
see
sponsored.
live
Oh,
here.
shit.
It's going to be Ascent, Haven, and Split.
I'm
But
sponsored
it
by a
all
different
comes down
drink
to that
company,
first
so I
map,
can't
Mimi. We
say
saw
it.
what Noble and EG could bring out there.
Yeah, I think that Ascent having the best chance
Yes,
here
Tyson.
for Rise. It's a map that they've looked pretty comfortable on in their short
Not
history.
beer.
And
No!
because we normally see Sentinels banning out that buy, we normally see Rise banning out that icebox.
It's
that
an
leaves
energy
Haven
drink.
floated in the pool, and honestly, that's a map that Sentinels has looked really dominant
I don't
on
midday
as
drink.
of late. That's one of their preferred maps, one that they're really powerful on. So
Yep.
I think that if
Potato
Rise
Man
can't
got
pick
it
up
right.
that first map, there's definitely a possibility that this could be a 2-0 heading towards Sentinels. They really
It
need
gives
to
you
start strong.
wings.
Of course, and like the Noble EG match, map
Kyedae,
number
can
2
you
was
suck my
going to be
dick?
that split one, and Haven was going to be
No
map number
thanks.
3. So in the 2 series that we do have tonight, it is going to be pretty much the same, but just a little inverted maps 2 and 3 here. But the Haven matchup, we've seen what Sentinels can bring out on Haven, especially Tens. That op positioning that they love to bring out here has been scary. But I don't think we have to wait
Yeah,
too
you're
much
getting
longer.
fired. We're fine.
Yeah, we should hopefully be hopping into that pretty soon here.
Bring me
But,
to the rooftop. I
I
want
mean,
to see the world when I stop
overall,
breathing.
I kind of want to
Aw,
talk about, we talked about the odds being a
Billie
factor, we talked about the
Eilish.
map pool being a factor. Is there anything else we need to watch out for
And thank
as
you,
kind of
Squishy
a win
Ooh, for the
factor
sub.
for us, or for a chance for the upset here?
Will we watch 100
I
Thieves
think we have to
matches?
watch the
Are they playing
Sentinels.
today?
I think
I'll
in
cheer them
terms
on.
of how Valorant is right now, we're seeing a bit of a growing
Did you
pain
confirm if you can
situation
swear or not?
with
I am allowed to
Sentinels
swear,
to an
of
extent.
course.
And that's not to
I
say
just,
a bad thing whatsoever. We're seeing a lot more blossoming utility styles of Killjoy, Cypher, even Sage and Viper, even though she's a controller, have been able to bring out so many different utilities that were not even close to being thought of at the beginning of this year. And I think it's going to be meant in situations like that, where we're going to see them compounded with the duelists on both teams.
The hot
It's the
wings
number
were
one thing I'm
horrible.
looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about those Sentinels,
Kinda
I think
wants
a lot
to
of people
come
are going
up.
to think of Dapper there, normally playing in on that Cypher. I think when you have players like that, they can kind of play that lurk role, can also really strong in the clutch when they need to be. I mean, Sentinels is a roster that's very dynamic. Every single player there is obviously going to be there for a reason. There is a reason
And thank you,
that they're
Lemon
kind of
Drop,
the
for the 100
reigning kings
bits.
right now here in NA. And that
And
they're-
thank you,
I mean, they just have so much potential. They have
Shank
so many
for the
star
sub.
players they can pop off, and
I don't live
especially
alone,
bringing
no.
in Tens. I think like the firepower he brings, and also just kind of the space creation he brings
Does
in a
wearing
lot of ways
glasses
is
make
huge. He's
your
really
eyes
good at
tired
not
and
just
heavy?
winning those duels, but also using them to just place his team in an
Maybe.
advantage, place them
I
in a
don't know.
position where, especially on those attacker sides, you can really
Not
just
really.
get in
And thank
right
you,
away and
Bobo,
really
for
force
the
your
100
opponent out.
bits. Did Matt take
Absolutely.
care of you after the level 4
and
wings,
with a
and how
map
did Tens
like
feel about the
Ascent
wings?
starting things off here too,
It was just painful.
creating that space,
Oh, Matt was
especially
so
between
worried.
the two
He kept
jets that
asking,
we
he's
will
like, "Are
see,
you okay,
is going to be
Kyedae?"
extremely important. We saw how in the earlier matchup, how pushing inside of mid especially can be clogged up really heavily, and it becomes very tough to create that space with all the smokes and other
If you're 5'9", how
utilities
tall
going
is Tyson?
down.
He's 5'11".
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting to see. I think we see a little bit of Astra out, but it's not always going to be the consistency. I wonder if we're going to see her kind of out into play here, because I think the teams that have started to adopt her, it's been a big X factor for them. I mean, talking back to that previous best of 3 again, those the
Meebe
plays
is
they
live
had with the
too.
Astra
Oh,
there
that's awesome.
was really impressive, really worked for them, but we'll have to find out if we see that character and who else we might see.
Dude,
As we're
man,
hopping
dude,
into
just
the
call him
agent
6
selects here.
foot.
Map
He
1
doesn't care.
going to be Ascent, and thus far, I mean, I don't really see anything too surprising. Zoms is kind of coming onto that
Ooh,
Astra. It's more
Shanks,
for him,
Jet,
but they've
Tyson,
used it before, and it's
Jet.
worked
My
well for them
two
before.
besties.
Absolutely,
I
it's
can't
kind of
wait.
that out with the old and in with a new kind of style. Of course, there's no real
And thank
distinct
you,
advantage one way or
Svilla, for
another.
the sub.
Right, poised. Gonna be on that Omen too.
Do you guys
That's
know what
the
I'm
number one
talking
thing I want
about,
to see
by the way?
between these two smoke players. If there's gonna be a huge difference. Keep in mind too, the Astra, when you place those stars down, you have a lot of options that
have-
aren't really telegraphed to the enemy team.
I have
This could
a
be a
sort
great
of
way to get that
hate,
leg up
let's
over the
say.
Omen, but you're also lacking the paranoia. You're lacking the teleports. You're lacking a lot of space creation that poise
Yeah,
can bring
okay.
out with that Omen.
Not really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's really standard here. I think what Sentinels does well is that they, despite kind of integrating this Astra, they've stuck around with, for the most part, running double duels. They always have Tens, they always have Sick for the most part, especially on Ascent here, up on the Jet, up on the Phoenix there, up on those characters that allows them to have a lot of freedom to create space, to make those plays, and I think the support structure of kind of Zom, Stapper, Shaz,
Can we
always
stream the Hot Wings
setting their
video
team up
later?
for
Yeah, for
success
sure.
is
We totally
really
can.
key. And I think also for Sentinels, because
turn up
they
your
have
mic,
this
yeah.
experience, I think like the mid-round calling a lot of the time we see out from Shazam is one of the strongest suits of the Sentinels.
Absolutely, and having that Sova in play as well. Rise
Alright.
not bringing out the Sova, a little bit less utility, or intel utility, excuse me, being brought out from their side and starting off
Do
on
you
the
love
attack.
me?
Oh wait, what am I talking about, Mimi?
I don't
do
know
have
who
a
you
Sova.
are.
I have like a blind spot in my brain apparently, but what there isn't a blind spot for though is possibly the defensive prowess of Sentinels. We do see trees now going on by, 3 in hand. It's gonna be Zoms though pushing
I'm
on
sorry,
by
is that
A main,
rude?
but they have problems towards the back. It's gonna be a few lurking on by.
thank you,
10's up
hometown
top,
team, for
Zoms
the
able to
sub.
find one. 10's going down the hands of Shanks. 10 health and Dream though with the frenzy in hands. Not gonna last much longer though as Shazam goes down as well. And suddenly,
Oh.
3-2. Only one left alive now for Sick. It's going to be him dropping down immediately into a cowboy duel. Doesn't quite go the way he had hoped.
Are the Asian hate crimes in Canada?
Yeah, good attempt there to just kind of
it's normal.
dive back in, make a play for himself, make a chance in that pistol round. But I think the setup for Rise was really good. They knew that the gravity well was there for Zombs. They waited out a second, and then were ready on the execution. I gotta give that round in a lot of ways to Shanks, just getting all the way up into heaven, getting all the way aggressive, taking 10s out early, shutting down the kind of momentum for Sentinels, because when the Sentinels, when you're afraid of them, when you let them control the pace,
I meant to say
I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't apologize.
Tear you apart. I like what we see from Rise.
Yeah,
they can be a little disrespectful. They know that they're also really strong players. While they might not have as much experience together, they're still a force to be reckoned with. You see on this eco round, just trying to get that orb, maybe get that information all up available soon here for Dapper, but it is good damage done.
I find it interesting that Shanks and Calypso are buying rifles in round 2. It's not necessarily the worst option in the world. There's definitely a lot of confidence coming into it.
Are you guys not wanting to hear them as much? Is that what it is?
Well, almost by himself. He does have the Sova to help out a little bit more. The drone underway. Stars go down with Gravity Well forcing him to the middle. This could be huge, but we're not seeing that go into play. Ten's caught off guard. It's going to go down to Shanks again 2 rounds in a row. But now, having the force off a little bit more, we're seeing rotates come by Sen and Mimi. That leaves only 1 on B.
Yeah, it is the sole defender. It's Dapper. And further bait being done by Shanks. He's selling the story. This is an A execute, but it won't be B site now decided. And with the rifles at hand, with the better weaponry still completely in the favor of Rise, the best thing that Sentinels can hope for, maybe a little damage, a couple picks here. Here's 6
I can't stand this caster. He is so annoying.
You
guys have a hate for this guy, don't you?
This is likely a second here for Rise.
30 seconds left now. Shazam's able to find Shanks. That's another one gone. Only 1 duelist though off of Rise, and only 1 body in general. Calypso's hiding a powerful angle inside of B main, but Sick coming in for the flank with only a Sheriff. Could prove to be powerful. They can pick up that Vandal and land the kill. But it seems like these defenders rotating a little too slowly. I think it's going to be a save. Zombs looking for exits. Could find this Sova on the other side. Showtime's going to go down. Maybe make it 2, but it's only going to end up being 1.
Yeah, and no, I like the damage done by Sentinels. They decide to get a little aggressive, try and make something work here. They're still holding on to their
some streamers turn down the volume so they can make their
Shazam will just hold on to the family recover. That's a nice little gift.
I'm not sure if you guys want to hear me ramble for the whole game though.
2-0.
I feel like
the style they're playing
some people like to watch the game, and then some people are just like, I don't know.
Once they get side control, they're fine getting a little extra aggressive, ensuring the rounds, making those plays, and that style, I think, counters pretty well to what the Sentinels are often.
But it's your stream kicked out.
Wait,
you're right. What the fuck? Now that I think about it, people come to watch the stream.
Okay. By a little bit more. We do see.
All right, guys. So we see Dapper putting
not a bad option
cool
whatsoever.
cages,
But, you know,
and the cam. He's setting it up.
This time around, if they get caught off guard, they don't have as
what map is this called again?
Those bullets will go more
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Dapper, he's alone towards this B site. Does well to anchor it down off in time for his team.
Not bad.
The setup from Sun. They have double towards that catwalk position, holding down that area aggressively. The thing is that Rise still have these rifles in hands. They still have a great buy to muster.
Beautiful icebox setup. Yep. I don't remember this guy's name. Oh, Showtime is in Sabrosa. Peeks out, gets tagged. Bam! Sick. Let's go! Shanks! Ooh, my bestie. Let's go, bestie.
Charging on into the site, but Dapper for 2.
Yes, Dapper, come on!
Maybe a third, runs out of ammunition, but the dink's still good onto Calypso.
Yep, goes in aggressively, like a troll.
Dapper, not a care in the world, just gonna bunny hop right on in.
Oh my.
The classic right click closes it out for a flawless first for the Sentinels.
A very great display coming out from Dapper. They're holding them B-side almost by themselves entirely, getting the 3K to solidify
my
things
bestie.
for their first point in this whole series.
Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't want to start shit. I have like,
to see whether or not they can
you know,
Rise and take the advantage they've had so far.
Did you get comfy to come in co-cast with me?
Everywhere. There's a lot more artillery.
If you wanted to, yeah.
10s, of course, getting the final kill there is going to be huge. But now we're seeing a bit of a broken buy coming up from Rise.
Not too much for them to work with in this one. That is the expected round for the Sentinels to win.
He's eating?
Does have the ultimate up and available. Shanks
it
deals with 10s immediately. That's a big scalp to find. Now, this double cap isolated a little bit, just Sick holding tight. So Shaman from the Sentinels is going to have to play back in. And it might be Sick as he finds us back into a 4-on-4.
Oh, Dapper pushed up a little bit more. If anyone crosses by, it could be instant death. And no, he's going to get more of an aggressive angle. 2 inside tiles, make that 3. That spikes in hand. He has to play a dangerous game though,
Good
waiting
job.
for the push-up. Six able to get the pinch, finds Calypso, but one more underway. Dapper's able to find it instead. Trade City galore all throughout mid. 2 left alive now. Rise having to make a difficult choice. Separated completely. One's on Catwalk. Could try to find the reverse pinch, but so many different angles being held at once. Maybe this seems unlikely for Rise.
Yeah, it really does. Rise now, they're kind of stuck in a bad spot here. Great response from Sentinels despite losing that first man. Neptune, good blind, spots out one in the cubby, but Zombs is there to help him out. The double swings through, and the frag follows. Now Showtime stuck down in Sabrosa, contended with quite handily by the Sentinels. I love the response there, Max, because they lose the first man, but get aggressive immediately, find their way back into the round, and convert the trade game in middle there on out. It didn't seem like Rise was
a smart wall. Split it, and then you can
flash
flash
the door
through.
off that opening pick.
Yeah,
those
trades are going to be the bread and butter for Sentinels to really clamp up on the defense here. We've been able to see a lot of that aggression early on for Rise, a lot of it successful too. But with them now,
do you guys not know the spot? It's called Sabrosa.
All sheriffs in hand. I'm wondering if they're just going to rush in onto A, but we are seeing a bit of a split up caravan between A and B.
You guys, noobs. Newbies.
Has some molly towards main. He's actually looking to get aggressive here, despite the recon pushing up blind.
Yes.
Not gonna connect with this one. Just
There's
might
so
great
many.
curveball, but he knows he doesn't need to fight here. The fall away, the pressure now on.
Yes.
Zombs is up, looking for those trades. Gets one, but the shock dart does damage. Now Max, that's a rifle in the hands of Rise, and good damage onto another. And this is looking even better as Calypso
The
finds
Ion Sheriff.
Shazam up
That
on
shit's so
that
scary.
lurk.
That's right. This is an eco round, and already Sentinels down a body compared to Rise. It's going to be Shanks now coming in from the back, maybe trying to find a gigantic pinch, maybe trying to catch out one top of heaven. He may have has his eyes set on 10s. Very top, upper left. Might try to find it. Hiding away. Finds the shot. 10s goes down again. 2 left alive now for Sentinel side. They have to transfer their way over to A side. One by itself. It's going to be Zombs inside tree. Bodies going forwards into A. Able to find a little bit of a pinch inside of one of the doors.
Tyson could get killed by anybody and I wouldn't be upset, but getting killed by
already low on damage.
this person in particular, it's
Zombs watching for these peaks.
kinda
Little do they know one was in heaven.
me
Shanks
off
on
slightly.
site now, holding all these angles. The post plan has to go underway.
Yeah. This 2-on-4. I mean, this was just an eco, so you probably want to go for this, maybe give a shot at it. But Dapper is posturing. The save might be a
You
consideration.
guys don't know what
here.
happened?
Rise's post plant set up very strong. They need to really make a mistake here for Sentinels to have a chance, and that's what Zombs is looking for.
Really?
You want someone to peek
don't.
him, and he'll get that chance, but they're not committing to any fights.
Okay.
Yeah,
Basically,
that commitment's gonna be
he
super
and
huge,
Mars.
especially with Dapper going down. One left alive. Zombs may try to make a play.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Doesn't
wanna
last
talk
much
about it.
longer.
I don't
They
think
take
I
a step
should.
in the trees and they fall to the ground. Rise take another round.
Yeah, 3-2 up now, already looking good on this attacker side.
Yeah.
And I like
I'm
the way that
good.
they kind of, because they're so confident in all their individuals, they feel
I'll forget
comfortable to
about
make these
it.
plays where one person's just pushing into spawn,
Find
one
out
person
yourselves. Yeah, you
pushes
guys can
pushing
find out
pushing
yourselves.
pushing
There's
pushing.
there's
it's
a
really
YouTube
hard to
video
read
on
when your
it.
opponent is playing like that. It's hard
Not
to
my
make the
YouTube,
conceded
but-
efforts to get the proper rotates in, and we saw Sentinels struggle with that because their players ended up on an island. Everyone was isolated till the very end, and at that point, it was just too little, too late. So Rise, you find that thrifty into a round.
Oh, I'm
Let's
not
keep
the
our
one
eyes
starting
on
drama.
Kens here,
It's-
'cause he finally has the money for that operator into play for the Sentinels.
Oh, and that's going to be really interesting to see here. Zombs holding this angle in A main, takes down the recon bull, has to reposition
okay.
slightly, but no capitalization from Rise just yet. Though we do see Shanks up top. Smoke goes under, making sure they can't be seen. Pushes back, maybe towards Y. No, they're going to keep going. So 1v3 now. They know exactly where this Astra's at. They're going to back off, though. It's going to allow a little bit more time for these attackers to slither their way onto the site.
Well, where are they going to finish here? Calypso has a good lurk in mid. You see Shazam, sorry. Oh my god. Words.
Bam, bam, Shazam!
But he is holding back towards that defender side spawn area.
Is she okay?
In mid. So Sentinels feels very confident with this information game.
We all have those days,
Currently
guys. Come
winning
on
it.
now.
And Rise, this is a huge change of pace, a slow pacing for them, but the run it back available, and they'll use that to work on A.
Explosion onto the site. Neptune does have the advantage. Run it back goes away. It's going to allow Shanks to go up a little bit more. Trade City
Yes.
galore, though. Everyone's able to come in from the back. Look at Sig able to find a double kill, cleaning up everything. Except for
Nice.
Calypso now having to make his way. He was separated from his team. Now coming in from A main. has to deal with a lot. There's no intel about where he's at. He's silent, no
Let's go,
audio
sicko.
cues. One to the immediate right, one up above, trying to find something seemingly out of nothing. 12 seconds left, make that 11. There's not much he can do except miss his shots. And Sick with a 3K. He's going to tie it up.
Good round out of the Sentinels there. I think that the mid control has been pretty kind of a fickle matter for Rise because they're given it, but they're not really able to work much off of it because it's by design for the Sentinels. They play the tripwire towards mid to keep them out of B. So when they're playing this passive game, they're not giving away these fights, which is exactly what Rise is looking for.
Look how Sick, man, so inspirational.
We end in those situations where at the last second, they're forced onto the site relatively quickly and can't really win it. Now it's a 3-3 scoreline, but man, we talk about a lot when we speak about the Sentinels 10s. He hasn't really hit his stride yet. 1-on-4, but he has the op in the picture. If we see this guy start to pop off, very, very dangerous for Rise, as we again see them committing towards this mid-control play.
Poised and company inside of mid, waiting for maybe some aggression coming out from the defense. Not going to find it just yet, though, but Ten's able to show it up.
Yes,
with the op now.
Jason.
Takes down
Oh my god.
Calypso. But that's only
Second
the
kill
Sentinel
of the
utility
game.
gone, Mimi.
Come
They've
on.
lost out on potential tripwires, potential flank watch, but there's still so many duelists and so much blind and smoke utility left for these attackers to work with. As they go through tree, though, no utility to really stop them besides a single tripwire. Sick on the immediate
This is going to
left.
be really good.
Potential huge play. Pop flash already out in hand, waiting for it to strike, to break the glass, goes on through, finds the spike, takes it down. Sick.
Yes.
Waiting for another one. Zom's waiting on fire for the triple pinch. It doesn't matter. A meat grinder.
Woo!
Blender comes in by. And that's going to be Rise now for the first time, taking a losing
and thank
stride.
Shy Girl for the sub, and thank you,
it was kind of the same deal I was talking about a little bit. They're allowed this mid control, but then they don't have much to work off of it. They try and kind of force
second
their
kill of
way
the game,
in,
that's just
push their
wrong.
way in
I'm sorry, I
together,
didn't-
but the Sentinels very old posture.
I didn't mean to be rude.
For it. And it all started with this
Thank
fragile
you,
system. Now he's
Crystal.
hitting his stride with that operator, and when you have a jet that's just always getting aggressive, always going to be in your lines, causing issues.
The
Really
sweatshirt you have on is really
disrupts
cool.
the
Yeah, it's
play
the
style.
new
You
100
see
Thieves
Rise kind of
one.
enjoying early on here.
It's actually so
Look at the
good.
broken by coming out from Rise 2. 3 with light armor. The one Shanks with the Phantom. No armor at all. An interesting choice, Mimi, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Thank you, Isaiah, for
I mean, I
18
don't mind the
months.
call at all. I think it's working fine, especially with the money at hand. It's all right to keep saving up for Sentinels. Rise here getting a little aggressive. Poise considering his options past that flame wall, but Sick, well aware of the possibility. And look at how they've changed here. Sentinels, off of 10's op, are deciding to be a little more aggressive with this mid control. They don't seem
Yes!
ready for it. They won't be.
How did that-
Good for one there.
I don't know
off
how
the
that worked,
jiggle.
but it
Doesn't
worked.
even matter if you're not peeking, because he'll find the shot, and Dapper pushes out.
Where the fuck was that dude even
blindside
looking?
Shanks, and this anti-eco coming up
Sheesh!
very nicely thus far for Sentinels. As it's just one man
Sucky,
left to
sucky
his own
power.
devices. Calypso is going to be up against an onslaught. One frag for him. That's nice. Second as well. A chance maybe. But
Good
no,
job, Dyson.
Tens jumps around the corner with the shot.
That was insane,
now,
though.
This feels like a much better pace of momentum for the Sentinels.
Yeah, it took Sentinels a few rounds to kind of find their groove
Whoa.
again, but so far, 3 in a row, it's nothing to scoff at. We're about a quarter of the way through the match.
Shorty like a melody on your
head. Now. We have to see whether or not Rise
They
has
almost
an
threw
answer
that.
for this retaliation. Like you
That was
said
good.
yourself, Mimi, 10's able to even it out now. 4
The Iron
on
Sheriff
the
gives you
KD line,
aimbot.
but holding these powerful
Yeah.
angles, we haven't seen anyone try to really disrupt it.
Not really. It feels like once 10's had the op-out, once they have that aggression that allows them to really be fighting for that control, it hasn't been that successful for Rise. I'd like to see them maybe try and change the pace on the Sentinels a little bit. Work quickly in here, try and set
And
their
thank you,
individuals
Muber,
up for this
34
one-on-one
months.
gunfights, work off of that, but again, they're defaulting. And again, they're given mid-controls. Hands misses that shot, but shouldn't really matter. Falls away, no harm, no foul.
And T-Tyson.
Rise, they might just be working their way into a crossfire, Max.
Oh, and Dapper's in a tough spot.
And thank you,
He does have the
Blake for the
pinch.
sub. Ooh.
Pop Flash goes through. 6 able to make it work. Dapper with the second one. Maybe not so much of a tough position after all. 2 of the
Crazy.
duelists die completely on Rise's sides, forcing the rotate now into B main. They have almost seemingly no other choice.
thank you,
Cyber cages galore.
Julia.
Dapper backs off a little bit more towards the back of B,
Julia.
but they know exactly where the
Thank you,
last 3
Blake.
of these attackers
Yes,
are
that
at. Push on forward slowly. They might be able to find the collapse here. Ten's
Oh,
able to
Tyson.
find Calypso. That's going to be huge, but the flank from the back could be maybe finding yet another one. One goes through. Showtime with one. Trades out immediately.
Nice.
Poised. Same story, same
And
conclusion.
thank you, Kittens, for the sub.
Sentinels immediately that they knew there was a mid presence possible when they saw those 3 in mid. They worked really well to just push up through A main, push into that mid control area, completely shut down the information game. They knew that Rise was stuck into that B play. They had the flank ready, pinch came through, and once the expected result, Sentinels 6-3 now. Really starting to find their stride. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I'd like to see Rise try and quicken the pace here.
It is live, yeah.
They are stuck on a lighter buy. I think this is their opportunity as they're again kind of posturing towards this mid area, looking for this control yet again. But Tens, he has the shot, has the line. Might just be ready for this play.
Oh, he's ready for the updraft from the Jets. Not going to happen, though. It may have been a predictable move, and Shanks decides to go for the ground. Sneakily trying to make their way into mid. There is one on the side of B. Turns around, bullet to the skull. It's going to be sick, able to find poise. The shadows, the omens are completely gone. Top flash goes through. Dapper and company trying to retrace their steps. The knives miss. Shazam's able to clap it up instead. Oh, and this is a battle of murder all throughout on B side. Zombs and company cleaning up the whole
They just got rolled.
And they recovered that op 2-4 Tens.
Who is older? You or Tens? Tyson's older than I am.
This is a great bit of momentum as well. They built 5 rounds in a row. Yeah, the pistol was nice. The round after that, good 2 for Rise. But they're struggling to find stride here. Let's think, what are the options here? Because they're not on any really impactful ults right now. They have that from the shadows. We haven't really seen them try and execute towards A or B, but I think one of the reasons they're not going for these quick executes is because how Dapper plays his Cypher. He's constantly switching his setup, switching his positioning, and you need time to find out where he is. But Sentinels, when you give them that time to work,
Tyson and I are in Canada.
The chances to really get that information they desire.
She's having a hard time talking today.
Look at set up curveball.
That's me every day.
To push into mid and find such a great opportunity for a shot here. Spots out side of the Sova.
Ooh, nice.
Hunter's Fury for Shazam connects 2 tags, a frag as well. That's a great start for the Sentinels.
Neptune goes down, but one thing we haven't really mentioned is that Showtime is on the up right now. It's going to be the Sova player on Rise's sides, wielding it, but haven't seen much of a response yet. He's holding a deep angle inside Catwalk. Might help now that one frag does go down inside of A, but no response really coming by. No rotates. Everyone's still sticking around on B. Calypso and company, though, may have to go for the rotate, Mimi.
Yeah.
My buddy just told me he thinks you went to the same high school as us. Random, but I find that cool.
Whoever decides to push.
Wait, Rolla, where did you go?
With 46 seconds left, this
I
likely
think
has to be
Cal
a middle.
moved for
The
the
Sentinels
2
know that
for the 4
because they
months.
still have Tens in mid.
I love
This
that name.
drone clearing information through as well. The call should come out momentarily. And this is a round Rise needs.
Yeah.
Tens shutting things down in the middle of the map. And now Dapper, the sole defender here in Hell, has an opportunity. Updraft from Shank shut down. Now he knows there's a second ready for the fight, but Poise will win it regardless. Tens is on the scene though. The op up and a quick shot onto that one. Finally, Showtime. Clutch, one in close. He takes it though with the op, looking for some more, but not able to do it. They lose the op, they lose the round. And as we head into the last round and a half, I don't think the economy is going to be too stellar.
It was a valiant attempt from Showtime. Being able to get that up close up kill was really cool to see, but Rise, it seemed like they didn't really know what they wanted to do after, especially Calypso went down.
2015 grad though. Oh yeah, I was over. 2019 grad.
But they dialed it back the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dover Bay.
I think it's just Tens up. He's not even like, that's 2 Odins out.
It's 2 Odins, Mimi.
Is this, are we getting to the point where Sentinels is confident enough that they're just gonna start having fun with it? I mean, always good to watch a show with them. That's not to mean that Rise is out of this yet, because if they...
You're not watching the game? Yes, I am. I have 2 monitors. I have one in front of me and one to the right.
They converted that first pistol. They get another. It's still a good opportunity for them in this, especially if we look at the ultimate abilities available. We have to run it back. We also have that Hunter's Fury. Good bit to work with, and they have the mid control as well.
And this mid control has been a common place for Rise. We're not seeing any smokes go down in this area just yet, but Rise also last round have 4 ults to work with. They have a lot of potential here to collapse themselves upon B. We haven't seen it just yet. Shazam waiting for the pre-fire, might be able to find some damage, so much so it takes down Showtime. The other Sova gone. Beautiful play in hand, there we go. Curveball goes down, finds one, maybe make it 2. Sick has to play this very carefully, doesn't matter. Shanks with the pre-fire takes down the Phoenix instead. And so many bodies are falling at once. Shank's able to make it 2. But now where do they go? They have to rotate to A.
It has to be. Dapper's on the rotate though. He'll be here quickly, but it does have to come down to the rotate play. Watch out for Tenso. has the Blade Storm. Double updraft a factor, but with 30 seconds left, any time to get this spike down, get them at least some setup into the post plant. And I like the call from Shanks. Get aggressive, make a play, confirm this round for your team, because you really need it.
Oh, and Tan's gliding down onto the side, not able to find one just yet. Dapper's able to clean up the work a little bit more. To Neptune with a second curveball.
Oh,
nice try. Fans out of the sky. 4K from Shanks. Maybe
yes!
No, it's denied.
Oh, a shot down there from the Sentinels last round.
Crazy.
Got close off those ultimate abilities. It's going to be 9-3 at the half.
It seems like your shit is super together. I don't know why I thought you were way older.
Every round that Rise won was right at the beginning there.
Yes.
They had the two rounds.
Let's go.
There, and they converted after their bonus. But after that, we really didn't see anything too striking. It felt like Sentinels really got control. They got control of the pacing. They were allowed to have fun. They were allowed to play their game. And that's exactly what you can't let happen when you play a team like this.
Absolutely.
My God, Hunter has such good crosshair placement. It's actually insane.
Rounds we saw a bunch of ties coming up between Sentinels and Rise, but once so many different factors came out at once, it was just a runaway success, it seems. But now going to the second half, it's a bit of a restart for everybody except for that scoreline now. We do see Rise on the defense. They do have a very similar lineup,
all of Sentinels is insane.
have the Astra to play with on the defense.
Crazy.
I'm wondering how much that will come into play these next few rounds.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
I also love how much
Sentinels
like uses all of their like utility. It's crazy.
Look at Rise. They've committed their Cypher towards the A site. Might be a misread because there's no one directly on this A side. Probably a retake to be on the cards.
Oh, but Marketplace having the shutdown, double smokes in play. Not very much that we can see Sentinels take over, though, because there's no bodies of Rise on the site. A minute 10 now, gonna go for the plan. Neptune hiding inside those same smokes, opens up the door, and it's gonna be a huge counter collapse in hand. Maybe we have to see what happens with these pistols. This is one of the most important rounds we're going to see this entire match. Everyone pushing on by. Everyone Sentinels holding back of sight. Need to see what happens next. Shazam inside the dark covers has the position. Might able to find one. Kill feed in the favor. Says they all melt away. There's one left alive, and it's going to be Shanks. He finds one. He's confirmed for two. Make it 3 across the entire round. But off the ways. The Frenzy can't do much against the far off Ghost.
And thank you, Ivy Land.
Dapper's lurk in the end there comes to fruition. We saw him route all the way through the A site, completely clear out the flank factors. That meant that Sentinels were very confident to just play on the site, play together, not too worried about any trickery for the side of Rise. So that pistol round, that's a hard loss to think about if you're Rise, because now down 10-3, this anti-eco, you almost always see Sentinels winning this. And I mean, that's 11 rounds. What's the opportunity for them to come into this? It has to come with like a huge play and the pacing into it. They not only need to keep the rounds flawless, they need to keep players up as well. They can't let this economy game slip away from them. And we immediately see that Gravity Well denying the aggression towards B main. As the Sentinels, they're pretty confident playing a bit slowly into a more defaulty anti-eco here.
That's right. Look at Zoms already pushed up next to Orb. Fish barrel down below them. Tries to go for it, but the audio cue could give them away. Shanks is able to get away just in time, but still the confirm first comes out. You're right. Could be a 1v2 here. They push out at once. Confirms one. Finds the trade. Potentially make it 2. Reload has to happen. These stars could be pivotal, but the Gravity Well's not going to take out Calypso. He's already backed off. It gives so much time for Sentinels to push towards A. There's only one body dedicated to the site. But what's going to happen next? Top of A heaven, though. Neptune coming in for the side swipe. Might be able to find one, but no, Zoms is able to get away with their life. Not by much, but no, gets confirmed instead. They're able to get onto the site, though, with 3v3. There's not much of a defense coming through except for Heaven. Oh, but look at Showtime, Mimi. Sheriff in hand. Surrounded by enemies, though. Environmental cover. 10's confirmed for another for 2, it seems. But not for much longer. A triple kill cleaning up the site.
Good job, Dyson. What?
Sentinels 11-3 on the scoreline now, looking very hot to trot here. And Shanks, though, he has that operator up. We didn't get to see too much of him on the op on their attacker half. It was mostly the 10 show when we talked about
Shazam is 11-3 right now.
But this is a round where he doesn't have that opposition. He won't have that direct head-to-head. And if he gets an early pick, starts his team on the right foot, that could be the chance. Maybe think about this comeback. If you're just tuning in, remember this is the map pick of Rise.
Crazy.
And after this, we go to Haven. That's one of Sentinel's best maps. Rise, if they want a chance for the upset here, probably has to start off pretty soon. And this round is the biggest chance, the biggest opportunity they have to make us start to believe.
For Iceland as well. Showtime with that Ares playing that same exact wall. We saw the reverse though, it happening going against him. But he doesn't find the same amount of luck. In fact, Shazam, though, going to be going down from mid. Shanks doing so well with this opping jet inside of the defense. 14-7, excuse me, now 15-7 on the kill feed now. He's going to push on forwards, though. Testing his luck a little too much. He can't escape that. Six able to clutch it up a tiny bit more. Now he goes to the site. Look at this. Go, go, go. They're all rushing on through. There's only one on site, though. Everyone else has to go for the rotates. Showtime. So little health. Tries to peek. Tens finds the head instead. Last two stuck in CT side. This will be really rough to go 2-1.
Yeah, they don't have much to work with here. This should have been a round for Rise all the way over. They had
I do use the Pomodoro
They're
technique.
at heavy man disadvantage. The last two players
Oh
were
my.
the defenders sided spawn, but Sick has a great angle here in main.
Oh, but he could top the head of one, maybe make it two, cleans it up. Dapper steals it a little bit, but Sentinel still got it. And now we're on.
They're all so good.
One.
I love it.
Yeah, they're not even going to choose to recover the op. They don't even need it. Comfortable with just the rifles, and you can see why, because Rise relegated down onto this lighter buy. This very well could be over before it really got started.
Beautiful
The
coordination.
first map, the Sentinels on match point. I want to talk about what Shanks did there, because it was great getting aggressive with the op, finding the impact for the team, but the response from Sentinels was even better, and that they didn't wait a beat. They lost a man mid. Immediately the call was execute B quickly, because when you have a jet aggressive, there's almost always going to be another player pulled away to assist them in that push, ensure that they have a safety net, and that wasn't really the case in this round. But still, the Sentinels had the response. They had the round in hand. Now Shanks with the Blade Storm getting aggressive towards main, wants to make another play for his team, but he can't. Sick mollies him off, grabs the orb, and closer to that ultimate ability. And look how much map control the Sentinels have, Max. They're all the way up mid, and they've already cleared out a...
Shanks is playing the most dangerous game, able to find Sick.
I drank so much water today.
Pressure just a tiny bit.
Need to go pee again.
The spike is down, but it seems like though Shanks isn't aware of that. They can still get repossession of it. Seems like they will. Tens though alleviating a little bit more inside of mid. Everyone holding down on B. Neptune also playing a dangerous game. Rotating out though on Sentinel's side. They're going to go back to A where it all began. Shanks again with the knives.
Oh, another
for someone to poke on by, but little does he know it's a 1v3. Recon bolts knocked. Oh, he's going to detect, excuse me, but Zombs is going to take advantage of that. 3 left alive now. Neptune, well, not going to last much longer. 2 left alive, down to your basic Sentinels. They have to be able to find something to make it work, but Shazam and company, they have the angle, they have everything inside. Calypso's able to find one, not so flawless anymore. But they have to keep on pushing forward.
Oh,
Tens!
Tens!
Jumping knives, a double jumping!
Tyson! Yay!
Taking map number 1.
Yay!
I mean, I had thought that maybe Rise had a chance in it at the beginning. They won that first pistol, converted, had another round shortly after. It looked like you could maybe see some competition for the Sentinels, but no, after that complete lockdown, they didn't drop another round, as they really had a clean sweep in that one. It felt like just everything was going right. They worked really well to kind of deny the defaulty play of the attack for their opponents, and then once we switched on the side, Sentinels continued to be in control of the pacing of the game, as they always seem to be.
You got to give it to Rise, though. They were able to hold on to that pacing for so long in the beginning of Ascent. But once again, Sentinels found that groove. They never let go of it. It was 3-3 for so long. Then we saw that 4-3 conversion. And then that 4 turned into 12. Then 13.
And
I just
it did
realized
feel
that
the spiral out of control there, and that was, of course, Rise's map pick. They'll go down 1-0 in the series. They have another chance.
No, not my
Hayden
game
up
capture.
next
My
after this
video
break.
capture is running on 30 FPS instead of 60. You guys have to tell me. Because my...
Do you talk with Dapper's girlfriend? Yeah, Maddie? Yes, yes, yes. She's cool. And same with Karis, Sick's girlfriend. Hi. Hi. Chat, will there be a game 2? No, there's only, they already played their first game, but it was off stream, sadly. Yeah, Sick does have a girlfriend. Sick has a girlfriend, Dapper has a girlfriend, Zoms does not, and Shazam doesn't. Yeah, no worries, Mala. Does Tyson have a girlfriend? I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I think he might, maybe not. Oh, he's dating Kyedae. Oh, who's that? Oh, okay. Cool.
I feel like I need to defend my scene's honor here, because this is just turning into a bit of a dogpile.
Like in groups always look.
I'm cutting you off here. I'm cutting you off. Cutting you off. He said G2's winning it. He said G2.
Oh my god. The new content creator for 100 Thieves? Yo, that's sick. What? I did not know he had a girlfriend. That's so cool. Okay. Stop. Is Twitter working for you right now? Yeah, it's working. Kyedae has a girlfriend that's Cat. It's so funny because you keep such a straight face. Good acting. Right, let's go. And thank you, Kelvin the 4th for the sub. Twitter is down? Oh shit, really? Weird. Oh shit, they got Bella Porsche! Nice! It's working for me. Nate Shot just gassed you up on his stream. Oh, did he? Is he streaming right now? There's no way he's streaming. Boom, boom. He is. Oh my god. This is bad. I wasn't following. I'm not following my boss. Oh no.
And I haven't seen Chris golf yet. He just started playing again. I guess he played a little bit when he was younger, but he just started playing since he was in LA over the last couple months. I think that's the case for a lot of people during COVID.
Welcome back on in.
So
Champions Tour. It
And
is
he's
the
always
Challengers
texting me,
Stage
we were trying to
2
get out
here
there
in
together.
North America. Last BO3 to close out the day. It's the round of 16.
Gotta wait.
Sentinels up against Rise, and we started off pretty strong for the Sentinels, as you'd expect, out of one of those most dominant teams in the region.
What do you
13 to
mean?
3 close things out on the map pick of their opponents. Now, another chance for Rise to maybe come back.
I
into
did
things
follow.
To move on to Haven. I mean, we'll
Dude,
get into Heglineth.
I don't follow people I don't watch.
Absolutely.
But I will start watching him more. I promise. Someone's about to get fired.
But once they started getting rifles on the
I follow
board,
him
Team
on
Both
everything
Team
else.
Sentinels took it and ran away with it. Of course, everyone knows 10s with the op. It's like bread and butter. But also the knives and the rifles from 10s as
Thank
well.
you,
really
GG,
showed up,
Tarkov,
especially at the
it's a-
very end. Oh, here it comes. Ready? One. Make that two.
Woo.
Just
That
as
was
beautiful.
lovely.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Great way to close
beautiful.
out the map. But, I mean, you talk about 10s. Yeah, he was an impact player, but it wasn't just the 10 show. I think he was actually bottom frame by the end of that. Every single man on that Sentinels roster putting in his own work to have that dominant scoreline.
Okay,
now, if we talk about the map picks, that's a set done and dusted. It was Rise's option to go there.
Shut the fuck up.
Now, we're moving to Haven,
Anyways.
and this feels a little grim for Rise.
That's kind of rude.
Me. Haven. This is going to be an interesting one. Of course, everyone knows how different Haven can be as a map compared to
You can
all the
still hear
others
it?
in the game here, but
It's muted
Sentinels,
for me.
they have shown how strong they can be on
You
Haven
can hear it?
since their inception
What?
in this game.
There you go. You can hear it, but I can't? Wait, that's actually kind of crazy. Oh.
On this map, and Rise
Yeah.
already losing on their map choice. It's going to be a rough ride.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but I think that was kind of also what we expect on that Ascent. I mean, a lot of people used to call them a Sentinels for a reason. That is one where they really can take their home ground. But I mean, in terms of things to expect, I think we're going to see a similar story.
You guys
and that the guys to watch are those jet ops of Pens and Shanks. Who's finding the impact? I mean, we saw a start for Shanks. He had a couple rounds once he had the op up where he found the entry. Unfortunately, his team could never really capitalize off of it. They never really found too much impact off of
Sentinel's
that.
best map.
And that was kind of in part a reason why we saw such a dominant scoreline up for the Sentinels. And, you know, also talking about Haven, I think kind of watching how he played this lurk game in... I think kind of Calypso and Dapper in that role that's always on that lurk, always on the flank, always putting the pressure on the back lines, and Haven is a map that plays really well into it. So I think those are the kind of two biggest interactions to watch out for here.
I think this should be fine.
At the beginning of the last map that the Sentinel utility would be
testing,
really
testing, 1, 2, 3, testing,
but
testing.
It kind of took a bit of a backseat to seeing all the duelist play coming into cores. Now, I think I might be able to not eat my words this time for map number 2 and see these two ciphers or maybe even other Sentinels we could see really be the backbone of both teams.
Twitter is down for you guys?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely going to be the case here. I mean, if we talk about history on this map, it's not a map that rises on per se. I mean, they don't, it's not one they're always banning out, but I don't think it's at that same time going to be something that's their biggest comfort pick. They've played it, it looks like 37 times here, so they have a good bit of experience in the short time this kind of specific iteration has been a roster, but compared to how the Sentinels have looked on it recently, something they're very confident on, something that, especially this iteration of the roster with Tens brought in, works really well at, because it plays their style of playing that map control, controlling the pacing of the game, and working with really great information plays, especially off of kind of the Sova of Shaz and that Cypher of Dapper, to segue into these just really aggressive takes.
I don't think they're annoying, I'm just tired.
We saw Rise never have a solution
I just want to watch the game.
Absolutely. But we did see one little silver lining, and we did touch on it a tiny bit, but that was Shanks. Towards the very end of that game, Shanks was still pretty much rocking a 2.0 KD all the way through, and like you said, the rest of their team not really catching up to speed, whether in terms of round counts or even confirming trades or kills. We saw Shanks really shining through and finding those opening picks and mid-round picks so much to create an opening for Rise to capitalize on. We just never did. What I do want to see on top of the Sentinels, though, is to see Shanks double it back, do it again, and maybe we can see the rest of Rise push a little bit further than what they already have, and maybe this is their chance to bring it to map 3.
Yeah, maybe it is their chance, but it's going to be a very tough road up. We are now into the Agent Select here, and notice how on this map, they're not pulling the Astra out quite yet for Sentinels. So I'm still sticking around with the Omen, so this is kind of the tried and true mirror image, actually, for both sides here.
Yeah, and I love these Ditto matches so much, because it's not even, you can say, one side has an extra utility that the other doesn't. That excuse completely goes out the window. This is beat for beat the same exact team lineup here. It's going to come down to skill now. It's going to come down to team orientation, strategies. There's a whole lot more on the line, and it seems like almost the chest is open to see what the terms of skill can really mean for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of highlighted this a little bit, but Tens Shanks on those jets, always a big impact, but I also want to talk a little bit about kind of Shazam and the Sova, and also the way that he calls around that. I think when you have both that Cypher and the Sova, so much information at your disposal, it gives a lot for IGLs to work with. And this map, I think this is kind of the one that separates men from boys a lot of the time. There's the 3 sites, there's a lot more strategic depth you can work with here, and when you have a good read on your opponents, when you're really working well off of that, it can be a big success and can kind of help widen that gap, so maybe that's something that Rise could work off of.
I'm surprised so many of you guys have Twitter, because I used to never have Twitter when I was first dating Tyson. I thought it was like an old people app.
Towards mid.
I'm not gonna lie.
Holy, look at Showtime. He was pushing up deep into A long. He had no cover. And maybe
do you notice how Tyson's always a little rat in this?
He's just going for it. Shanks with the flank now, trying to find one, does confirm onto the Dapper, but now there's another one he has to deal with. What is going on? This is mayhem going through. Calypso with 2, but the plan is still underway. Not a single defender's trying to go for it. One left alive now. It's going to be 6, trying to hold down the 4. It gets taken out from behind from poised, and he gets the confirmed defuse. What just happened?
I don't think that was the read that Rise had. I don't think it was a read that they were going to go be with that heavy A stack, but it worked out so well.
That was interesting.
You're never going to expect a 4-man flank that quickly. That's exactly what happened. They came up behind, overwhelmed the Sentinels, split their defense too because they had some pressure towards the actual B site, completely divided the attempts, and they found a couple great kills to open things up. And this is a good showing, I think, because Rise, they struggled to kind of thrive in these rounds that are so chaotic. Oftentimes when you see that chaos, the more experienced team, the team that's had more time to calm together, to work together, to like had experience in those situations. Really, we'll come out on top. But when we're seeing them win those, it's
I
a
think
good
TikTok
sign,
is toxic.
Still, this is exactly what we saw last time. Rise wins the first pistol, gets the conversion, and after that, that's when it got tough. So let's see if that continues. If Rise can maybe put up a better fight here.
Oh, Shanks trying to find Dapper, confirm that final shot. Still hiding away. Shazam with 2. Cowboy coming on by. But still have a little bit more to worry about. Ten's trying to do the sheriff as well. Not finding as much success though. Frenzy's going to confirm it instead.
Yeah, TikTok is social media just in general.
The triple
but
flank,
TikTok for
quad
sure.
flank we saw last round, Mimi, but it's a gigantic standoff between everybody.
I was kind of laughing
Neptune's
the whole
gonna be
time.
hiding. Make sure a lot more difficulty going towards A. One flank, 2 flank, blue flank, red flank. We saw 2 rounds in a row for Rise.
Yeah, good.
So I just posted a
there,
TikTok
but,
recently,
I mean, they took a lot of damage.
and it's me telling this dude to shut the fuck up.
But look at this, the ops up for Shanks. He likes buying.
There's literally in bold text.
Kind of aggressive plays.
They were toxic the whole game. And everyone's like, they're calming. They're telling you where the person is. Why does it matter? And I'm like, are you guys fucking for real? He literally
scared against them. That almost guarantees your fate.
Yeah, you guys should. It's like brain dead comments.
It's probably the most
actually
spacious
like
map in the game.
Holy
shit!
shit.
There's 3 sites, and that's a lot of pressure on a sentinel like Dapper.
They were being rude the whole time to other people. I don't care if they're being rude to me because I can speak up for myself. But
held by Shanks, though.
dude,
no
it
one's
was
gonna capitalize on it.
So
Medical
patient. I know that.
Sentinels,
the dude's name said it all.
Not in the possession of anyone on the team, but those garage doors are already ripped open.
Yeah, look at that default smoke towards A that allows Shanks to hold this site alone. And this aggressive angle plus the dash to get out.
I hope that's okay.
Can really commit elsewhere. Shanks, now he's known here. They want to fight him out. The utility spammed away. They wanted to go for the wall bang. I'm sorry, just the shot through the smoke won't happen. But look at Shanks trying to double dip here, but it's all a ruse.
It says at the top
Sentinels
here,
put on the pressure.
if you're
now
wondering.
they'll reassess.
Right
Work
here.
their way towards a C.
It's a best of 3.
Exact here.
So Sentinels won first map.
And this is a dangerous play. Seems like Rise unaware. Curveball does go throughout. They know exactly that Phoenix is by. The dink goes underway. Curveball number 2. It's a gigantic collapse. Calypso with a 3K is able to secure it all. Might be able to find one more coming up on green box. Nice to see if it confirms underway. Gets traded out instead, but a giant standoff again. Goes in favor of Rise.
Yeah, good shutdown there. That was their bonus as well. Well, I don't know if it was really a true bonus. They didn't invest that too much into it, and they did have the op. So I don't think it's fair to call it that. But with something that might have been a bit lesser on buy, it's a really good showing. And now they double down on the economy. They find this momentum into 3. You know, even if they just get one more round here, that's still a better showing than last time. So you can at least take that home. But the goal is always to stay in the qualifiers, to stay your chance to keep moving through this VCT circuit.
Okay. I turned it down slightly. I hope you guys.
Yeah, one of my big
is that
worries
better?
for Rise
I
going
hope.
into this matchup
I don't.
was
I just don't want to
maybe
be a little
the
bit too.
momentum
I just don't want to be
down
too
and
loud.
Hovering off of Ascent, but 3 points
This is
already on
second
the board. I'm completely wrong.
Was
Shanks
that a
was
no
able to
scope?
confirm off of Sig after a trade, though it is a bit of an eco, but Shanks doesn't care. He has a Vandal too to
Yeah,
work with.
it is an eco.
And now Sentinels. They're down to their bare skeleton crew. They have some intel to work with. They have smokes, and they have the jet. But none of us really
casters are
able to
too
put them
loud.
together just yet, except for A Long.
Did Tens get the op there? I think he did. This could be really dangerous, but Shanks is on the scene, gets one.
He did?
Yeah, he picked it up, thrown onto the ground, thrown asunder, and this might just throw the whole round off. Over 10, they're down a bit. Ten's trying to peek in here. Shanks might not be ready for it. He is, but can't hit the shot in time. Ten's with the op just quicker. I want to keep pushing here. Spike in hand, the opper, Ten's working his way up, the updraft over, but out of the sky, Clay Pigeon taken by Calypso. So Zoms finds himself in this clutch, just a sheriff in hand, but there are some weapons on the floor he could try and find here.
Oh, he's so separated from the spike, maybe. He could try to find one, travel across, 30 seconds. It would be hard to double back, too. He has that sheriff. He has to put up the Spurs this round, it seems. Rise for 4. Already doing better than Ascent.
Yeah, and it's good early momentum. If they keep this pace up, even if they get like maybe 5 or 6 rounds here,
okay,
you're gonna be pretty happy about that. That's a good situation to find
Is
themselves
the
in.
volume okay? I'm sorry I'm asking this.
They have a better
It's just some commentators are louder than others.
See that out on the picture quite yet. That's going to completely kind of change what we're thinking about this round. Because where are they going to play this? Showtime, he's towards A long. This means that Shanks is repositioned actually towards garage. I'm guessing he's going to take an aggressive line here. take a peek, but it's gonna be debilitating against the style of play that Sen brings out.
Okay.
They'd like to be slow at first, like to play around that information
and
game, and if you just put an offer up on an off angle to shut down a corridor, shut down the opportunities to push through, it really put you in a good spot, a spot that Rise needs to find themselves in. But look at this.
This is
run
a
it back
tax
into
item map,
B,
though.
and Shank's trying to get aggressive.
I think you take,
oh, but he misses a
Cam, wait for
pivotal
the 7,
shot off
thank
the
you,
window.
Pepe.
Dapper might be able to take advantage of that through the cyber cage. A shock dart is going to confirm against the upper. That's 1 of 2 completely gone. The spike plant going to be yet again. Tens hiding at the back site. Full util. Pretty much to work with, but surrounded by the enemies. If he pushes up, he might be able to find Calypso on the other side. Caught tail between their legs. Finds it. Has to get out of there. Has to skedaddle a little bit more. It allows Poised and company to get onto the side, confirm it back again, but they have to go for the defuse, and very linear one at that, Mimi. This is a very Herculean task.
Woo!
Oh, but double kill comes from Sick. 1 left alive. It's going to be Showtime up in hand. They had 2, lost 1. He has to save it, but no. Oh, he's able to. Oh, Sick. That's so strong.
Shazam actually looks like he wants to try and hunt this down more, but that was a conceded effort to play the retake B. They just had the tripwire there to find the information, but I don't know how I feel about that call, because remember, Max, it was double up. I don't really like the option to play retake when you have
It
double
kind of
up
sucks
in
that
hands.
the
I felt like a
POV
bit
was
a
off
blunder.
of 6, I couldn't see.
Around, it cost them their momentum. Shanks does have the money, though, to get an op back into his hands. And the economy is still all right for Rise, but they need to keep this up. They need to keep up the pressure. They cannot let Sentinels get a streak of rounds like we saw in the first map.
Yeah, again, that momentum is the big factor that we've seen Sentinels through almost every single one of their events be able to take away. They give an inch, or they take an inch, but they also take a mile right after. 1:30 left, the round just starts. Firewall goes up, and Shanks might be able to find a blind shot.
How do they get momentum once they're pretty
he's
good?
inclined to do so, but no, he's going to hide instead.
Oh.
It's going to be really tough to escape in a 1v, potentially 3 situation, depending on how many push up.
Sheesh!
Able to get 2.
Let's
get
go,
1
let's
trade out,
go.
but Tans is able to find the other. Now, A-Long
Good
in
trade.
possession of Sentinels. This might be all they need to have control of A-Long and short. Only one standing in their way is going to be that Phoenix up the tippity top in Neptune. Full util, curveballs could find a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it could here. 4v4 now on the cards. The Sentinels
Thank you,
have good space towards A.
Steam.
Nothing much
for
to
these
work
some.
off of it quite yet. They're looking for a peek out, but Rise doesn't want to give that away. They have a run it back available.
Thank you,
But here comes
Valky,
it from the
for
shadows. This will take him into hell, but he's forced to cancel. They get nothing out of that besides a bit of information. Now the dart into back sight, the Hunter's Fury to boot, and they'll start the push.
Oh, this is going to be a nasty push already, Mimi. I can feel a double ult coming out from Sentinel's side. So many bodies going down. Shorty kill seemingly out of nowhere up against Neptune. 2 defenders left alive.
What the?
One has to rotate to heaven. No smoke. Tens doesn't care.
Let's
No
go!
on his side.
How?
He finds it on Poised, and Calypso
Good job,
on a
Ty.
1v3.
Oh my
Sight
God.
by itself, so it
And thank
seems.
you,
Has to still check the
Abdullah, for
corners.
the
No
sub.
intel to work with. 1 bottom of A-Long. Shazam.
Nice.
Way top of short, though. It's
Oh
going to
my
be the
God.
day maker. And now
I don't know
Sunshine,
how your brain can think
I
that
like
fast, where it's like,
the
okay,
way
shit,
that
I'm
they
gonna
did
die
the
here, now I
Hunter's
gotta
Fury,
switch it
just
to my
leaning on the
secondary.
execution.
Because I can
A lot
never
of
do
teams have
that.
to
My
save
brain
that
just
for
lags, and I'm
attack,
just
confirm
like,
the kill over the post plant, but they decided to use it on the execute. It created that chaos.
Like, you
allowed
see
them to
that?
Push up
I don't know how your brain
chaos
can
is
think that
starting to
fast.
happen with that Tens frag there. Great flicks. I mean, when
Insane.
Tens is on point, which we're seeing
I just
now,
brain lag all
it's,
the time.
that's a
It's
little bit scary. I think that falls onto the shoulders of Shanks, because they don't have a breach, they don't have a sky, they don't have anyone that's going
Brain ping too
easily
high?
shut down with flashes.
No, it's
beside
actually
those
insane.
curveballs, an opper, so it might have to be Shanks winning these off duels. And he's done it a couple times already, but he needs that consistently. And Sen, the 2-round
He's just built different.
momentum
That's true,
here.
that's very true.
Rise wants to shut it down, but speed's the name of the game as it's a run it back for each side. And oh no, he does it in the
Hunter?
open, and Sentinels have 2 frags on the entry.
This is an
Ooh,
absolute mess.
NT.
A war zone happening on by towards Seaside here. Bodies flying everywhere, it feels. Rise, though, not on the receipt of the good end.
He
it
probably
seems, of
got
this
a little bit too
engagement. You do see
too cocky
Calypso
there.
trying to push on by, gather intel. Little do they know, everyone's scurrying their
Dude,
way
same.
over
I was
to
panic
A,
and freeze. Like, how do you
Showtime
just
might
know
be
to
in a
jump
little
and
bit of
switch and
trouble on the
etc.?
side of A. He has
Maybe
to
this
find
one,
a
bro.
corner angle. Dapper's able to find
That's why I'm
Poised.
silver.
But on the other side, going towards
I
A,
feel
that
you.
spike transversing its way through. There could be a lot of engagements here. They know exactly where this Sova's
You always
at.
gotta think you're
He's
the
the
better
one holding
player.
down A.
Yeah, he has a Hunter's Fury, but he's not in a great spot to use it. The Sentinels are going to put the pressure on quickly. He needs 2 here if they want a chance to win this round.
Oh, this could be tough. A 4v2. Defenders holding down these spots. One caught out immediately. Calypso now from the flank finds one. Has to make his way forwards. He's detected. No ults to worry about though.
This.
He's in a safe spot. I think he's just waiting for exits at this point. A 1v3. No utility to work with.
They make this game look so easy.
You can see that up. It's the forbidden fruit. I mean, he'd like to pick it up to get it for
Tyson
Shanks,
fucks around in like unranked, and he can drop an easy 40k.
This is another round
and he's just running around doing nothing. And so if he really took it seriously,
it's the amount that they've built into this game.
We saw this last time.
It just blows my mind.
Evened out onto 3-3. Once Sentinel got that 4th round, once they got past the tie Rise had brought out against them, they never got another round again.
No. Still a consideration.
Huh?
That game has to sit in the back of the mind at least a little bit for Rise. You have to reset yourself in situations like these. Back into it. Get ready to go. And they looked.
Yeah, I thought 40k is just 40 kills.
They faltering now, or is it just a couple of rounds drop? Normally we expect this map to be a bit more attacker-sided, so it's okay if they go into this half with a deficit, but they want to muster as much as they can, and it looks like Shakes is going to save for the op. I like that call. They need to stop tens. They need to stop the control.
Y'all troll too hard. I can't.
That's how I feel about Calypso on the Phantom, though, full buy with the rest of the team. He is economically in the same position. Yeah, he's in the same position. But if he loses that still, that could still be hurtful.
You guys are very funny.
On where they go next. In fact,
I'm laughing so hard.
Speaking of Sentinel utility, completely clear.
Tapper, his looks have been really good thus far.
Fries with
maybe do that again, as it's the C-site taken for free. Rise on the retake, but look where Sick is playing this.
Green onion,
aggressive
tomato
cover,
and sour cream.
This doesn't seem committed yet. They haven't used the Hunter's Fury, and if we set sight on this setup, they're looking for a flank, but Tens is here, and so is Dapper on the lurk.
Curious to see what happens here. These interactions, cloudbursts all throughout. Shanks pushing up now.
I have a theory that Kyedae is not laughing and thinks we are not.
Rifle. No one's died yet in the post plan. Tens is holding his power position, misses the shot, so has to back off.
It's bussin'.
Away. Everyone on side trying to go
Very
through,
bussin'.
but what about this gigantic flank? It's a flank no more, it seems. Only one of the lines, the frenzy wielder. Last one to go
flawless.
down. A flawless win for Sentinels, and they tie it up.
Head up 4-4 now. Liked the call there from Rise. Get aggressive on the flank.
The New York Fries. I got it from New York Fries, actually.
Maybe get that off in the ground. Take some weaponry away. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for them. Hunter's Fury is up on both sides. That could be an impact in this round, but I think we're talking about those head-to-head duels. The biggest thing right now is these Oppers. It's Shanks and Tens. Where are they going to meet first here? Looks like mid might be the decision for both. So if Rise can find an opening pick like they have earlier, remember all the rounds they found success? That was when they had an opener. They could play off of that. They could work in from it. And that's when they were converting, but we haven't seen that in the last 4 rounds. And that recon,
I think he's strong
some information, but it won't. Do they know the full extent that Sentinels has snuck through, work their way towards short?
Oh, especially Tens. Unusual position, though. Has to back off. But look at this. Hunter's Fury might be able to capture Tens, lock him away, but no, it's going to miss completely. Poised up with a double kill. They able to clean things up a little bit more. But the reverse Hunter's Fury comes by. It's revenge. Crossing the streams all over, though. It's not going to amount to a whole lot. In fact, it's going to allow more Sentinel kills to go onto the board. 3v3 now.
You're going crazy.
Everyone having the rotate from C and B side. It's only going to leave one.
Yeah, it's the works routine. It's actually really good.
Power position, unaware of the angle, though. Poised on the other side. Could be a huge flank from the back.
Sheesh! Oh, no.
The last one. They take the lead. Oh, no. Rise. Continue on. Excuse me.
Yeah, Rise there. I liked what they did there because they weren't as timid to rotate. They were like, all right, Sentinels are feeling confident. We think they're going to commit. We'll just rotate immediately, take the fight into things. Also, double up setup back into play for them. This is something that, it didn't have a lot of success the first go of things, but if they can find more impact with it, maybe I'll start to have a little more faith.
What was the HyperX headset that you had before? I had the Cloud 2s, but now that I'm with the 100Ds, I have to wear these.
It is a good map for them. I mean, it's been a really good one in the past, but as of late, some things have been shaky. And we might be seeing that right now. This is a good chance for Rise.
Nature is watching your new YouTube video, How Bad Was the Spice? It was actually so bad, but that's kind of my fault. I told them that it wasn't spicy enough.
As we edge towards the end of this first half.
Usually,
and the Plumster for the $2. Hey, congratulations on joining T100. I hope you have an amazing day / night. I really mean amazing. Thank you.
He misses the shot.
Classy.
We
have to be a few classify.
Confirm. One's gonna be down below on C side. Cyber Cage galore coming up. Showtime snipes out Tens, getting onto the site. And this is huge. Tens is gone. The trains go through. Sure, Sick coming into the back with a double kill.
Oh.
This could be their chance to even things out again. A minute now left on the clock. Plan has to go under. There is great potential for poise, but one's watching the other way. Dapper, aware of the Omen coming forward. Shank's able to collapse it down.
I know, Brooke. Brooke made you eat all of
the
them.
bodies are going away. A 3v3. One's still in garage. Shank's hiding in the dark covers. Give a chance. Anyone pushes by at once. You see curveballs galore in the reposition. Shanks for the back gets taken down immediately. One left alive. It's Calypso from C-Long.
I think it is for the sun as well.
They don't know. They're unaware. Has to push forwards. Maybe it'll find one. They haven't gone for the defuse just yet, but they have to do so. 3 bodies, a defuse, and only a few seconds from the back though.
Yay, let's go.
Seeing. It's gonna be Sentinels tying it
Wait,
up.
Classy. I had a really quick question.
Rise, they've struggled with these post-plant retakes.
Wait, actually, no,
on
it wasn't a
C,
question.
I think it's because of that
It was a
double-up
statement.
setup. They keep trying it, but both times
I'm really
it's
excited
faded
to see
really
your
quickly.
talent
yeah,
show.
Showtime
That's gonna
got
be
his
fun.
frag. He was good for his, but when it's a $5,000 investment into the round, and when you're kind of the sole anchor on that site, that's not good enough. That's not what you need for the Sentinels. I think these last 2 rounds
If
are
100
probably
Thieves
gonna be
played
most
against
important
Sentinels,
into
who would you
this second
support?
map, because if Rise
My
can actually
boss,
up
Nate
into
Shot,
the 7-5,
is
into
very
6-6
amazing,
half,
so he's
there's a chance
allowing
for them
me
if the
to
Sentinels
cheer
pull
on
away
for
here,
Tyson.
find that momentum in the second half, pick up the pistol, could really run away with things.
It'll be
Rise
nice.
needs to keep turning it around, keep the pressure on, keep the gas pedal
Did you
going.
go to UBC? Oh no, I just go to
It is
UBC.
just with a
I
lighter
don't go to
vibe this
Okanagan.
time. However, look at that from Shanks. He gets a freebie, a weapon upgrade as well, into this 4-on-4.
That is so huge. The Frenzy player now having the Phantom in hand. At least that's 1, make it 2. There's more weaponry to use. But is any defender able to get that? Probably not, but still economic damage in general.
They're actually playing
round
well.
like this, Rise having a 1-body advantage is huge. Shanks now holding the upper angle top of A. The sewers.
Nate
Oh,
Shot
no
is
way.
OG.
Almost pulling his Shanks, unable to do so, but Sick with the jumping Phantoms, able to confirm it. 3K now for Shanks. 1 more to deal with. On the other side, they have to rotate back,
Nice.
take advantage of this just in time. Zom's able to find Shanks in general, a 2v2. This is an equal round again, Mimi. They have to reposition their way back to C. No one's hiding there. Calypso with another.
Easy for you, man.
One left alive now. Revealed. Located. The spike goes down, a 1v2. This is certainly not the cleanup we saw before from Sen last time they were on C.
Me and you would carry
Rise,
on
now
a
this
team,
2v1.
no cap,
Sounds
secret.
wants to get aggressive
Secret.
here, find his way into something. The dark cover keeps him at bay. I'm not sure if he's going to expect this double flank. Where's he taking this? Working his way into garage control. He has that, but the site may soon be compromised. And he'll have to make a huge play to find this.
Look at the pinch, though, Mimi. They're holding each other's backs. Zom's coming in, though, unaware where anyone is. Almost finding the shots on the Calypso. Barely misses. Doesn't take any damage. Oh, no, it does take some damage, but not enough.
Oh,
through
the box. Easy.
Calypso through the box. 1 more to deal with. Trying to go for the defuse yet again. Sentinels, this could be a fantastic play. Classic in hand. Has to sacrifice themselves. But oh, no way!
What?
No way, Rise. Beautiful work.
He was shooting at the
It doesn't
fucking
even
body!
matter, though. Rise, they pulled that out of nowhere. That was another thrifty round that they converted.
Mimi.
Yeah, there should be no way they're winning these rounds, but Rise, they are sure as hell making this a bit more competitive. Put it on a lot better of a show. And we saw from them up on Ascent. That just feels bad, man, to watch. No way.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be loud.
Holy
I'm sorry.
moly.
I don't mean to hurt your ears.
That was impressive. Even if it was just a diffuse, that was pretty damn
I
impressive.
need to keep in mind that you guys are watching, and I can't.
Going down sewers, not gonna find anything emerging to begin with. What? So many different bodies of Rise holding it down. If Rise can take 1 more round, they're good for the half.
Yeah. Ends does have this op, though. They're again working towards B.
Hi, Tyson. Make
The retakes here have
please.
struggled, but there's a run it back available for Rise. Might be their
Chance
kind
is
of
in a bad
X factor
spot.
in this. Yeah, he still has the op in the dash, so he has his get out of jail free card. And Sick has a frag. The run it back from Neptune gets nothing. Now support in from Poise, looking for a shot onto 10s. He'll find it.
Just
Now Poise
stressful.
blinded out by Sick as he
Ooh.
finds a double. 3 in the round already. Max and Calypso on
Nice.
extremities trying to push into assist, but he's outdone by Zom's. The last man standing is Showtime, and he falls to the ground
That was
too.
awesome.
It's close as could be. A 6-6 half between Rise and Sentinels here on Haven.
Holy 6 and 6. This is by far and away very different from
Hey,
what we saw on
Sam. It's
Ascent.
okay.
Yeah.
We're all busy. Good on.
All right, coming into the defender side, the defender side for
I don't know where
Sentinel
he
side
went.
is whoever is picking up this pistol round is really going to set themselves up for success. Whoever is the first to build that first bit of momentum. that's
Yeah,
just much
Hunter
closer
is
there.
really
And
feeling it.
Rise, I think we're 2 for 2 right now in pistol
Insane.
rounds, I believe. through for each team. So this is kind of that tiebreaker, the chance for either to come back into this a little bit more.
Shanks, you have to worry about Shanks if you're Sentinels. You have to. He has been the greatest space maker we have seen, at least in the entire series we've seen today. He has done such a great job at that, but Sentinels too, they're a scary force to reckon with. A 6-6 half, it's almost like everything restarts here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and remember that the defender side is normally where Sentinels has a little bit of a better time here on Haven. If we think back to that BBG game that they lost, it was, well, we'll have to wait a second for that because the pistol round is quick here. The blind up from Sick, he could make a big play.
Oh my god.
Sick is hiding so well. The patience unrivaled, but look at Dapper though, pushing around the corner. Curveball takes him down though, along with bullets to the head. 4v4 though. Sentinels take over. I'm sorry, Rise takes over the site. Look at this Molly in hand. Might be able to take down so much damage
This
across
is
the
an
entirety
attacking
of the
side of
defense.
map because there are 3 sites. You have to spread across when you are defending. For those who are wondering. Oh, Calypso's so good on pistol rounds. It's actually annoying.
Playing inside garage. One at the very bottom though, hiding away.
This timing,
Probably thought they pushed up already onto
please
site.
no.
Shazam unaware. He's gonna rotate back to CT.
God, it's so scary.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot here. Duel somewhat isolated. If you break this crossfire, isolate Neptune. He's so low. That's his chance in this. No one's beating him. No one's giving him a shot. And Poise shuts it down before the clutch potential could begin. So Rise picks up the pistol. And this is a good start for them. They've always converted this second round buy. And especially if, like in that first half,
Does Tyson get angry easy? No,
even
not
more,
really.
they keep going with it. Could be their chance to take a map here. Could be their chance to maybe have a chance still in the series.
And keep in mind too, number 3 being split is going to be a very dicey choice for both teams.
Aw.
Yeah.
Kudo loves to just...
Sentinels, what has changed here versus Ascent? I think what it is
Thank
that
you,
Rise has
Ops
set
for the
pace.
$2. I
They're
was
not-
on the last
Ascent
stream. That
isn't
was
allowed
funny.
to
Yeah.
control it completely anymore. I don't think
are
they're
you
playing
gonna be
scared.
playing
I feel like
Valorant
they were a
today or
little
tomorrow?
intimidated in that
I'm
first
actually
one.
gonna be playing It Takes Two with
I
Tyson
probably would be
tonight.
too. You're playing against
So-
a team who won
Hey,
Masters,
Kyedae.
arguably maybe even the best team in this region. So
Have
when
you
you
ever
can
seen
just kind of
Tyson
put that
rage
aside,
hard?
just
Yes.
respect that, play your
I
own
have.
game, and
And
play
it is
well.
so
That's
scary.
your best way of going things. Well, Sentinels, they might be a Goliath. They're not unkillable. And Rise has a free sight for Sentinels on this retake, which is the pistols.
Everyone has a weak spot, but it looks like Rise, poking and prodding, may have found at least a little bit of a puncture into what it might be. Dapper though.
The calm ones are always the scariest when they get mad. It's true. It is very true.
Going for a split push CT and garage side. Smokes go through, holding angles, Calypso especially 3, no, make that 4 on CT side, 1 in garage, potentially the Omen smokes go under. But the bodies start flying all throughout, all range red to green, Shanks with a double kill, is able to find his showtime with 1! Pence is able to make it not flawless, but not by much!
Rise conversion there, that's good for them. Again, good call from Sentinels. It was very similar to what we saw early on.
Oh
from
me,
Rise,
oh
where
my, what
in
am I
that
watching? I'm watching
later
Silver
body, you just
Lobby
get
right now.
aggressive towards A,
This
hope
is
that you
how
have
I
the right
play.
call. Unfortunately for them, they did not.
Oh my
But
God.
notice that Tenz is investing here. This means no op early on. I think the op wasn't the biggest thing. The double op never really worked. When Shanks had his op and was finding impact on this defensive side, it was a really
Yeah,
big
dude,
part
4
of
stack
why
smokes, I know.
Rise was
What
finding
was
some of those
that?
early rounds. Now the Sentinels, they're not going to have that same opportunity. They have to rely back a little bit more on these rifles. Max, if they lose this round, that's the economy reset. That's 9 rounds, maybe a 10th in the conversion.
Ooh, this is going to be a very important one, Mimi.
Oh my god, didn't know we were going
important
against Dolphin
Keep in mind,
Boy?
too, Sentinels are already a map up. If they
Kelly,
can
I
find
know
those
my
7 other
bestie.
rounds, they'll be having a greater chance to go to Iceland. But as the way things are going, down 2 rounds, looking
Yes.
a little hairy at the moment. Tenz, though, able to find the opening pick, opening the seal of the round. Shanks going down. One of the biggest space makers completely gone.
Yes.
Dapper and company able to find more.
Nice, Mike.
Cyber Cage, though, releasing, though, 2 away, 1 detected.
Ooh!
Dapper
Pop
again,
off.
showing off prime Sentinel gameplay, able to make it a 3K.
Beautiful.
Sentinels
Flawless.
might be able to start setting the pace again.
Alright, and thank you,
Flawless
Fonzie.
round to
What's up?
boot there. 7-8 score line, just 1 round. The visor there.
Hey,
And
Lily.
I want to talk about the setup that we're seeing for
Yeah,
Sentinels.
Mike is really good at the game.
I think that they work well to kind of adapt around Dapper's diaper. Oh no, that is not a great way to call him, but excuse me. But Dapper's setup,
This
the way that they adapt
caster,
around
what
how he
is-
plays Cypher,
is she
he's always
okay?
adjusting to a different position, always kind of keeping you guessing. And
Sheesh!
that's why we talk
Diaper
about
is
Sentinels
on
controlling the
fire
pace.
right
When
now.
you never have
Diaper
clear
is
read,
so
when they're always
good.
adjusting their game plan,
Damn!
that's when teams struggle. This time
Diaper.
we see him kind of putting 1 trip towards B, 1 trip
I don't think
towards
I've ever heard
garage
that
side.
before.
So lots of space to work with. This
She's
allows
funny.
the bigger stack towards
She
A,
called
which does
Tyson
to be the
A
destination
bottom
for now for
fragger,
Rise.
she's calling Dapper Diaper, like
on the attack here. Shazam though is able to find at least a little bit onto one. Shanks. Opening pick though, gonna go into the favor of Rise. Spike is still down. Default in play for
she's
Rise's
new.
side. But Sentinels,
Yeah,
she's
she's neutral.
A side. They're expecting it to be an A hit, and they'd mostly be right.
Spike recovery duty for Dapper. They're in a position where they can work with this. Sorry, not Dapper, rather. That's for the side of Rise on the recovery of that Spike. 5v4 now. Rise, they're playing this slow. I like this. They're letting Sentinels make mistakes, letting them split up.
Holy. Let's see what happens next, though. Shazam around the corner might be able to find one, but the judge is too far.
Nice.
But this is for that. The entire feed is green. Shazam with
Beautiful.
3. And it ties up now.
All right, well, that's the Sentinels that we were expecting to see a little bit more
beautiful.
there. Just an absolute spray down. That's 2 flawless rounds in a row, Max. And that means that this economy is absolutely ballooned here for the Sentinels. A lot extra to work with.
Look at Sick.
And now,
So
Rise,
inspirational,
what's the call
man.
for them in this round? It seems to be they want to maybe work some mid-control.
Yeah, Lily. I'd be nervous too.
This free flow because they won, I think, 2 thrifty rounds over on Ascent. They work well at them when they just let the individuals work. And I'd like to see them maybe try that on a rifle round. Play a little bit looser. Let everyone just kind of go, try and find their frags, try and find their moment to work in. And I think when you're an underdog, playing loose like that, playing like you have nothing to lose, is a really good way to find a better chance. But Sick, he's getting pretty aggressive here. Showtime with the Sheriff on the trade back. Now, we're still actually pushing this Dapper. Just disrespecting them. Shankso with the Blades has 1. So a chance in this 3-on-3.
Shanks has been a thrifty master too. He was able to collapse upon one early on in the thrifty round in the first half and get the Phantom take down 2 more bodies. This has been on Rise's advantage.
Zombs
for a
doesn't
while,
know.
but the
What?
Cowboy's able to find another one, but look at that. Zombs goes down. 2 left alive for Sentinels. You know, usually we discount these eco rounds as rounds designed to lose for the team wielding it. The Rise, they go against that curve so many different times now.
Everyone does that.
We see 2 left alive now. Both around A site, only 1 there. C is going to be the way to go for the attackers to plant. And we've seen the same exact corner again happen very oddly. But the Hunter's Fury could be the one to stifle.
Oh my god!
It's going to miss not once, not twice, but almost 3 times. Shazam gets the final one against Showtime. But a 2v2, poised with the flank is going to be huge. And they confirm it again.
Darn.
This is exactly what I kind of forewarned. They play loose. They just allow their individuals to push up, create that chaos, and not allow Shazam to have a good read on the round. When you do that against the Sentinels, that's a really strong position to be in. Now with the guns up, the question is about momentum, because if they lose this next round, that means that despite kind of getting that nice thrifty round, it just means the loss bonus is reset. It just means they're putting it probably a worse spot than where they started. And especially with 10s now back up on this operator.
Yeah, Sentinels is up. See?
Take something big.
If you guys ever are wondering, it's always up here. So this means like Matt.
Shot Zomb's aggressive, but he's punished. Omen on Omen. That's a crucial duel to win for Rise.
That's right, no more smokes left on the sides of Sentinels. They do have the Cloudburst coming out from 10s, but it's not quite the same as those dark covers. Still 1 on A. A bit of a default play inside of Rise. No one wants to dedicate just yet, and it's going to allow Dapper to push up aggressively there. No trade potential, very little, in fact, inside of B main. Having the camera 2, hiding away. If anyone jumps through B main, they're going to be instantly dead.
Tenta zombie.
Speaking of that, though,
Peek
they want to go for B. They're not even contesting mid. It's all going to be on C long, it seems. No dedication to Garage.
Look where Dapper is, though. He denies Garage. They know that then if it's a C play, it has to be full committal up long. The option of a flank. Sentinel's playing it right here. If they lose their Cypher in mid, the huge pick 10 still holding the line. Doesn't want Calypso to have that flank through, but this Hunter's Fury up, and out will come the Execute into C. It might collect the kill, but no, Dapper has that flank in fruition.
There's 30 seconds left, Mimi.
So
look at this, how heavily damaged so many members of each team are. The curveball in hand.
Oh, no!
Double kill. Make that a triple across the whole round for Dapper. Maybe a 4K. Maybe. No, the jumping classic fails him this time. Only 1 left alive now. 19 seconds. Hearts are racing.
No time.
Across the board. Phantom in hand makes it another one go down.
No time.
There's no time.
I don't think there's time to make it to A. It's going to be close.
Dash, teleport in hand. That might waste too much. Oh, this is a battle of the spike.
No.
It takes 4 seconds. No, you gotta have faith, Mimi. You got. Oh, never mind. No faith. But no, look at this though. They're able to take so much bodies across the board. Still gets the plant down. The money in hand. The 9-9 now. It's gonna be.
Let's go, Diaper. Diaper.
It's back into this tied odds, tied game. By up for both. I thought the recovery there was really
For those
good
of you who are
to
wondering,
push Dapper up mid, have him immediately ready for a fast flank off the CX.
the caster called him Diaper.
Calling to recover, and when you have someone
So
hitting
I'm
a
calling
great
him
double
Diaper
like
now.
that, not much you can do on the side of Rise. Now Tens has this operator back in his hands. I think this is going to be one of the most crucial rounds, because this is one where if Rise lose, their economy's shut down. They're up against 10, and on an eco, facing 11.
Sen's at the bottom of the sewers. He didn't have the molly up against him. He's already down to half health. One on the other side, though. Not going to catch it out, though. It doesn't matter when that was a run it back. They got the intel they needed. Poised, hiding this small little corner. It could be a death corner, but no one's able to push up. He has his friends to back him up. Shazam, though, has to relegate himself back.
I kind of want this to go to the third map.
Things are getting tough.
I
We've been
kind of
saying
like.
a lot of
I
these
kind of
rounds
like
have
how
been
close it's
important
getting.
rounds, but all of them equal importance. But it builds up each
I don't
time.
know.
Neptune looking to see, find some.
But at the same
pop
time,
shots.
it gives
They
me
have
too
to
much
back off again.
anxiety
They don't want to
when
risk
it
the
gets.
utility. There's no trade potential between two if they both die.
What is Rise doing with this? They have their jet on alert towards C long. They're waiting for Sen to get aggressive, but Sen hasn't really been showing that. The only time to get aggressive is when Dapper pushes up mid, maybe goes for a look. That's only happened a couple times.
I hope I'm saying that right. Oh my
What they're trying to
god.
achieve
I
here.
say
Looks like
every
they're just kind of
name
continuing into
like
the
with
same
a
spot.
Japanese
Look, there's already
accent,
two
and it's
here.
kind of
One
bad.
on a quick rotate. So Zom's in trouble in the corner. Flash good for the frag, but Shazam trades back for 2 frags. Now another chance for him, maybe 3. No, Poise on the response.
Easy.
Sick, however, is on the scene with 30 seconds. They need this spike down. They need to win these fights, and they'll get them. So it is down to the retake. Tens and Dapper in a 2v3.
I saw him.
But the war zone keeps on going. Dapper finds another one. Showtime goes down to 2v2. So little health between the Jet and the Cypher between both teams. 3 for Poise. He goes down. Trays across.
Sheesh! Diaper cold.
Beautiful win there.
Let's go,
That's
Diaper.
now.
Damn.
Come on, got the diffuse. You're freaking me out.
Oh
Not
my
the priorities are
god.
straight there for Dapper. Gotta
Okay.
get a little
So
BM
confused
in
at
before
first.
you're done.
I was like, yeah, he has to get the diffuse, right, Mimi? Okay. Okay,
It's
now he's
Dapper.
at
What
10.
else
it's
do you
only
expect?
emo.
He's gotta-
That's so
gotta do his
annoying.
thing. Let the man
Very
live.
dapper
But
of him.
no way. All right, but the clutch potential on Dapper, always great to see that coming to fruition a little bit more, especially if
Dapper
you're a
is
Sentinels
built
fan.
different.
Oh, this is just the tightest margins are these rounds. I mean, the game is so close, but when it comes down to 2 players on 1 HP,
Nice.
1 shot will do it. And this time it was Dapper. So, like
Diaper and 10.
Rise, they're on a bit of an eco.
He
The hero
teabagged
rifle
him, of
out
course.
Up on Poise, if he can make an impact here. I mean, they've won so many ecos already. If they can do it again, that would be really impressive. But I have a feeling that Sentinels might try it out. They don't want to let this game slip away. They want to
The
get
best
this
part
done
about
with.
Tyson is he
Want it
never
to go.
disrespects
They wanna
even
keep
when all of his
train moving
teammates are.
and
Yeah.
attack to Iceland.
Tyson doesn't ever do that.
Oh, that was just the thigh of that Jet, unable to confirm on
The
10's side.
Thick thigh of the
Unable to
Jet.
find anything just yet. Rise and Eco rounds, they're a scary combination, Mimi.
Yeah.
Thick
Looking
thigh.
close. If he
Shanks.
catches Tens here,
Dreamy
could be a
thighs.
gun, but there's always Dapper on the scene. There's always support for Tens when he makes these aggressive
This is
plays.
so
And that's a chance. And look, it's a
anxiety-inducing.
perfect bait because now
Yes.
Dapper's in position to find the frag. The hat gets thrown. Information given. Rise down a man.
Oh,
There are down a man. It's gonna be so good for Sentinels to confirm this forwards. Able to find another one with TP,
Wow.
unsuccessful. Still unable to pursue with sights. We Dapper finding not 1, but make it 2, 3 now for the entirety of the round. 1 more for Neptune. He's gonna be the last one alive. But
Damn.
this Cowboy again, unable to confirm.
Easy
Sentinels now
peasy.
1 point away from match point. Having a better chance of going to Iceland.
Yeah, that is the goal in the end for them. Once they got Tens on this op and once they kind of started getting their footing a little bit, seems like kind of that same story from last time. Rise not gonna have a
and
bye.
10
This is
going
really
kinda
their
crazy.
last chance. If they lose this round, it's match point and an eco round for them.
and thank you, Brody,
What
for the
worked
2
in past,
months.
It was when they played loose. It was when they
Let's
allowed
go.
themselves
Yes,
to
yes, we
just
got
kind of play
this.
their own games, to win the duels, play off of that. When they commit themselves really hard to these defaults, when they commit themselves to just kind of working this map control, it doesn't seem to work. It feels like you need to take the pressure off them for a second. Let everyone play, let everyone do their thing, and see if it works. But Sentinels again, trying to get aggressive. If Tens finds the shot, it could be the beginning of the end.
We did see that pressure go off a little bit more. 10's forced to reposition, able to get away with their lives just a tiny bit longer.
I know, Tyson
Shanks and
has
company, though,
50
have their
ping
eyes
right
set on
now,
B,
I
but
believe.
the curveball comes down in sync. doesn't want to capitalize on it just yet. Not
I feel like a lot of people
intel to go
forget
for
his
it and be
ping
safe
is
about it.
atrocious.
The firewall goes up,
It's
stalling it
gross.
just a tiny bit more. They've been locked out of A, they've been locked out of B. Rise now, they may have to play directly in the Dapper's grasp.
Yeah, they do have good positioning here.
Get off the internet. I'm on a separate line.
There's not a player like
I
directly in there, but the
don't
setup's very
change
prime for
anything.
a retake. Two towards each link. Anytime that they show aggression, the retake's always there, always ready. And that should be off the Hunter's Fury from Shazam. If they let the time stall them out, that could lose them the round, could lose them the game. Tens might have just started it off. Sick
was
two
that?
in mid. Now Shanks fractured from the team, pushing into Garage, but Dapper is still here, still ready. So is Zombs, and if he wins this duel, oh, he doesn't
50
actually. Shanks
is
gets it.
high
One more
for
player
Pro.
on the site. What can Dapper do with this?
Potentially
Dapper,
the beginning of
so
the end.
Dapper,
needs to stay
Diaper,
alive.
10,
Utility
who
here.
else?
He's able to find one, has to rotate around, may double back, try to find another. They're trying to pinch him down.
Nice.
He's sandwiched away. Trade City throw out. But there's only one left alive on Rise's side. Showtime, but there's no show today. It seems Sentinels now. Match point.
Why
Map
did they
number
laugh?
2. They only need one more to close out the series.
Yeah, 1 point away from
He's a
moving on
fanboy.
to those quarterfinals. Make a shot to be in one of those top fours. I think everyone expected Sentinels to be that, but also in the last open qual, that's probably what many expected. Now, they're 3 rounds the gap, and just one away from
We love this.
continuing to move on here. The op, again, still up for 10s. And Rise does elect to take attack pause here. We haven't seen that much out from them in any of these attacks, but if there's ever a time, this is it.
Hearts are racing. Everybody in North America watching to see what happens next between Rise and Sentinels. This could be one of the
Let's
biggest upsets we have
go.
seen in Valorant as of yet if Sentinels can't get one more round and goes to map 3. Rise, though, they have to get a few more rounds to get there. They have to play flawlessly again. It's not like Ascent last time. Sentinels took that handedly. But now, we've been seeing a lot more fight come through on their side.
Yeah.
It's going to be down. This is a huge chapter being written for one team
What
or
are
another
they
right now. And a
saying?
potential single point could be the final period in this piece.
This guy's just saying words.
Rise not great for Rise. They need to make a bit of a different play here. The default hasn't been working. Maybe they change the pace. Use that run it back. Try and get aggressive into something. These are the things, the thoughts percolating through their heads. This could be the end of their run.
buys. Look
Yeah.
at the light armor. Look at the judge. It's scary.
Ever listened to Pansy
There's not
Casting?
many options
Absolute
they have
banger. I
left.
haven't.
They're backed into a corner. They've made it this far. They can't lose it out now. They have very little credits. They don't even have 1,000 collectively. Well, this could be their final stand, Mimi.
Are these new casters? The gentleman is not.
Mid seems to be the early call. The Hunter's Fury up blindly for Shazam. Maybe connecting a tag.
That
No,
was
they'll be saved
really
if that
close.
Fake Calypso on his lurk towards a long, and Tens loses the fight. That's huge. An op now on the floor, and a man advantage for Rise.
Are they going to take advantage of it, though? Will they pick up the op? They have to. There's no way. But Zombs holding the top corner, top box, top of sewers. There's a lot of top there, but the top of the heads, there'll be one that goes off of Calypso. That's huge. Shanks with that judge still. Too far of a distance. Trains back and forth. A minute left on the clock. The run back doesn't do much. He's able to get by safely. The Hunter's Fury, though, could deny everything right away. Only so many bodies left. Make it 2 left for Rise.
Mickey Not Sweets with the $2. Can I steal 10s from you?
Maybe 50 seconds left. 3K for Sick. Last one
Yeah,
now.
all you, buddy.
Showtime. Rise, they bring themselves onto the side. It's not enough, but Sentinels take it 2-0 over Rise, and they move on forward.
Yes. Good
Sentinels,
job,
it looked
Sentinels.
rocky for a second there on that
Thank you,
second map.
Helmets,
The
for the
first
2
one
months.
dominant, but they do pull through in the end. They shut it down for Rise, but I mean, for Rise, this is one of the first kind of bigger tournaments we've seen them make it
Easy
run
peasy.
in.
They actually didn't do bad, though.
They still had a big impact, so I think taking 9 rounds off, making probably the biggest Goliath in this region, maybe just feel a little bit afraid, is always going to be something that you're a little bit happy about. Still heartbreaking to lose out here, but for the Sentinels, this is, I mean, I think if you're one of their players, this is what you feel like you deserve. You won Masters. You're so dominant, and now this is your chance to move onward, to represent your region, possibly in Iceland.
And you got to give it to Rise, too. Map number 1, not the best performance, but map number 2, I honestly don't think you could ask for anything better other than winning. They showed up so well. They adapted
thank you,
on the fly.
Two
It was
on for the
toe
sub.
and toe for so long. And
Sentinels
they
tweet?
performed the
What does
hell
Sentinels
out
say?
of the Haven.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what they can do next time around. I hope I really hope maybe we can see Sentinels versus Rise again.
Yeah, because I think that, I mean, they adapted. It took them some time on Ascent. It wasn't really perfect showing. They never seemed to find like that great solution. But in the second half, they adapted. They started playing their own game a little bit more. They stopped playing so scared. They found their stride. They found their footing and made it.
Why do they always do that?
At least a little bit better watch for everyone at home, but still. For Sentinels, it is them at the end of the day. It moves on. I think we probably have an interview queued up with one of the members of the Sentinels. Not sure who we're going to be getting for that quite yet, but we'll be excited to talk to them, hear what they think.
I mean,
moving on here.
There's so many questions we could ask about a Haven alone. Ascent, again, pretty standard game, I would say. But this one, so many questions, so many decisions that questionable, brilliant, all the above, the whole spectrum. We need to figure that out.
Yeah, it's definitely something to consider here, and it looks like we're gonna get Shazam in here to chat about the game. Not sure when we're actually gonna have him on the cards, but
Tyson interview. Tyson's not good at interviews, guys.
I want to say,
he's a one-word type of guy.
That they got it that close.
For Rise, ooh, that is a tough one. I think you said it best yourself, Mimi. They played loose. They didn't adhere to a really big strategy for a while. They kind of did what they wanted for a bit, and they were able to find so much success. And, you know, it might go against all logic for most teams, but the Eagle rounds really benefited Rise as well. They won almost every single one they found themselves under, but immediately after, when they had those rifles, couldn't quite string them together.
Yeah, and I think something about watching Sentinels that I really enjoy is you can kind of tell when the players are having fun, especially when you watch Dapper. They're making the plays that you don't necessarily need, just trying to put on a show, trying to have fun with it. And I think when you have a team with that synergy, you can just kind of vibe out, even when things maybe look a little bit tough. You're not going to let that mental get down. At the end of the day, they're probably thinking, we're better, we can win this no matter what. And well, they did. They closed things out.
Yeah, I mean, Rise again. I would love to have seen map number 3.
I just realized I was
It's hard to imagine whether or not it would have been as close to Haven as it was
Thank
for
you.
maybe that imaginary map number 3. It's impossible to say. I would have loved to have been have it. I can't talk anymore. It would have been amazing to see it so close, but I guess we'll never know.
Today?
Oh, but what about you, Mimi? What made Sentinels find that final loop in their brains to bring it back home from what seemed like a very tough situation?
No,
to close things out. I think it was just like they just kind of fixed some mistakes.
Interview Tyson
like
today?
All the rounds were so close that it was just like little errors. Someone pushing in a little bit too much, someone losing an individual gunfight. But the individual's always there to find their impact, always there to kind of rectify those issues. That's what happened in the end. It felt more standard for the Sentinels, but it was because they couldn't control
they qualified
the pace.
already. What the fuck? I already knew that.
Set that kind of amount of what they want to do, where they want to be at all times, and that disruptive play style is always impressive up against that. But with that, I think we have Shazam on standby to hop in with us.
Ooh, I'm super excited for this one.
Yeah. Oh, welcome in, Shazam. Congratulations on winning there and on moving on in. The first thing I want to ask
you know what's funny? I always talk to Tyson. I was like, look, Shazam kind of looks like a little chipmunk. But in the best way possible.
Yeah, I guess. We just can't win a pistol right now. So we knew that we're just putting ourselves in a bad spot by losing pistols and sometimes ecos, usually the jet knives. So overall, we felt pretty comfortable in the gun rounds, and so I don't think anyone was worried.
I mean, early on, we did see some interesting plays coming out from Tens, especially round
I'm
number,
not dissing,
no,
not at all.
We saw the plant go down on B before the timer even really began to come on forwards. Were you planning on starting to go through these very loose play styles and in the beginning before you were challenged by Rise?
Yeah, on our attack, we knew that they were just like leaving B open a lot and relying on the trip. We probably could have abused it even more. But no, I mean, they're just good players, and like sometimes we were being sloppy and they'll take advantage of it. But overall, I'm not too disappointed.
Good. Yeah, and that's a great outcome for you guys. Kind of continuing to think about moving on here in this run of VCT. This is, of course, you guys' last chance to kind of make your move in, maybe get that chance at ice. And I want to ask you guys, how confident are you? Do you think that that's kind of your spot to take to be one of those representatives for NA?
Yeah, I know we blew our chance in the first qualifier, but we're definitely not planning on making those same mistakes again. So we still feel pretty confident that we could be one of the best teams to represent Iceland.
What happened with you meeting Symphony?
Sure. And then also now that you guys you've
on
had
stream,
Tens
it was
for
awkward.
a while, and kind of moving forward
I'll tell the
he's
story
obviously
after.
fitted in pretty well. How's that been? Kind of now that he's had a longer time to be on the team, having a little more practice in him coming into the second qualifier.
It's good. You know, we kind of just plugged him in originally. but now like we want tens to play like tens and not just like mimic the things that
Why did the dude laugh like that?
So
What the
now
fuck?
we're just like building more of our playbook with the things that he's
Did you see that?
Absolutely. But
Wait,
circling back
was
really
that just
quick,
me
you know,
that
it's
saw
not
that?
often where we get to see a match where you guys are, I would say, significantly challenged at certain times with Rise, especially on their own defense, being able to kind of circumvent you
Kyedae,
guys
my
a little
friends
bit
make
and
fun
win
of me
those
for
eco
watching
rounds.
you. I don't know
What
why.
are the comms
Sam?
like in those situations?
I don't know.
Is everything calm, cool,
I have no idea.
collected?
Yeah, overall we're pretty calm. I
And
guess
thank
maybe
you,
except when we faced
Sabu
Jedi's,
was
it's pretty
taken.
busted, so trying to avoid
Good
those.
sub.
But overall, like, even
He
if
laughed,
rounds
he was
go wrong,
like,
we stay pretty level-headed
and then like
know
just
that,
went
we can
totally
win the next
like
round, no matter the situation.
dead face.
Right.
It was weird.
And yeah, I mean, like we mentioned, this is kind of your last chance to make things through. And I guess while you have the opportunity after this win, is there anything you want to say to those people supporting Sentinels right now?
Just thanks for the continued support. We'll definitely make it through this time, and
He's a robot confirmed.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's all the time we have. Again, congratulations on your win, and look forward to seeing you more, Shazam.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. I mean, that second map was fantastic to watch. All of North America watching.
Okay, so I'll tell you guys about the story. Wow. Dude, I love these two. These two are Avilcat and Keglun, whatever. Love it. I love this duo. This is too much. I love it. Wow. Okay, so I'm not sure. Do you guys know who Symphony is? I'm not bullying them. I think it's cute. Yes. Okay. So, I met him when I was in LA. It's Brooke's boyfriend. But anyways, I was sitting on the couch at the content house with Nade Shot, and we were just talking, and we were watching one of the Valorant matches together. And there was like the dog, his Nade Shot's girlfriend as well. Anyways, Symphony comes downstairs or upstairs from his room, and he's opening the fridge, and he's getting like a drink or something. And so he's standing there rummaging through, and Jackson, who's also a member on the 100 Thieves team, was like, "Oh, Kyedae, this is Symphony. Symphony, Kyedae." And this motherfucker. Okay, I gotta stand up. He's at the fridge like this, and he just stands and looks at me, and is just standing there. And I was so confused because I've never had an awkward interaction. Normally people are like, "Hi, nice to meet you," but he just stood and kind of just stared at me like really weird. And I looked at him, and I was like, "Hi." Like, I didn't know what to do, and he was kind of just like opening the fridge, just looking at me like, "What the fuck? I don't need to be bothered right now. I just want to get food and leave." And I've never had a more awkward interaction with anybody in my entire life. It was so weird. I felt so uncomfortable, and he's like, it was so awkward. But he's a really nice guy. He is. Yeah, Symphony's a really nice guy. I have nothing against him. He's super funny. But yeah, it was a little bit. And thank you, V1, for the $2. What kind of headset do you have? This is the... I can't remember. JBL Quantum ones or whatever. Oh my god. But it was just really... It was so cringy. I don't know. It was really, really, really weird. He just like, we were staring at each other, and he was just like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Anyways. Yeah. I don't know. And thank you, Sale, for the sub. Thank you, Pastivity, for the 100 bits. Thank you, Sean, for the 500 bits. Congrats on joining 100 Thieves. Thank you. And thank you, Sub, for the 2 months. Bruh. No, but it's like, he didn't talk to a girl until he was 19. God, it was a little weird. Let's just say.
But yeah. Okay. I am going to take a break and go eat some food. We are going to go raid Nate Shot, my boss, an amazing person. Well, his name is Matt. But yeah, he's really cool. I'm really excited. But yes, I'll be back. Tonight, I'm playing It Takes Two with Tyson, so go give him some love. Don't be weird, please, because he is my boss. Actually, no. Can you guys spam sheesh in chat? Just a ton of sheeshes. Please, please, please. Please do it. I beg you, okay? We're just going to go spam sheesh in his chat and be like, absolute cancer. I am following him. He's right here. You can't see it. Sorry, it's blocked. Yeah, go spam sheesh. All right, anyways. Have a good one, guys.